Leafs win 3 in a row. Can they make it 4 tonight against Montreal? The Raptors are suddenly cold. The FIFA World Cup groups have been decided, mostly. And we have one F1 race to determine a championship. Hello and welcome back to The House That Happened, sponsored by Shoey's Bar and Grill, the only place to be in suburban Etobicoke, voted 4 times the best dive bar in all the GTA. It's #1 in our hearts. It's the Phoenix rising from the ashes. Give us a like, please comment, and please subscribe. It really helps us out. I'm Andrew Milani.
Hi, my name's Cruz. How was your week, buddy?
Busy. Happy it's the weekend. I have a feeling it's going to be a couple more busy ones before Christmas, though, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Oh, yeah, we're Christmasing our house today after the show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what we gotta get on that because you know how much I enjoy pagan rituals. You know what I'm saying? So, gotta get the lights up.
Gotta get the lights
Gotta
up.
get the trees up.
It's a little late for the lights, though, don't you think?
No, I did it last year, but this time I just got to put the strobes on the front and they go off at night. I don't do anything extravagant.
True.
I'm not going up a ladder with my knees.
True.
You know what I mean? How was your week otherwise?
Not bad. Didn't maybe get to watch as much sports as I would have liked, but it's okay.
I did. Besides the fact that I was dissing Sesame Street. But any of our listeners out there have an opinion on Sesame Street and its educational value to the people that are over 50 years old, let me know.
Okay.
Let me know.
Okay. Any shout-outs you got?
First shout-out I got is a melancholy shout-out due to the fact that everyone knows I believe in music is life. He's now the late, great Steve Cropper died this week. And if people don't know who Steve Cropper is, he was one of the guys that probably invented the groove in the 60s working out of Muscle Shoals. I'm not going to say the history. Check it out for yourself. Let's say his resume. He co-wrote sitting on the dock of the bay, In the Midnight Hour. Oh, what's a couple other ones? I don't know. And he ended up being one of the lead guys in the classic Blues Brothers movie with Aykroyd and Belushi. Anyways, his contribution to music, I think he did get part of one of those Kennedy Awards. His contribution to music is so underrated. And you know his music because if you ever heard of Booker T and the MGs, you have heard Green Onions.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when you go in your car, you're going to hit Green Onions and you're going to say, I heard this before. I would have been remiss if I didn't give Mr. Cropper his due, and he will be seriously missed.
All right. I have a shout-out for the Indy Fuel. They are a minor league hockey team for having Snoopy and Woodstock Christmas jerseys. Very badass stuff. We're both big Snoopy fans here, so...
That is outrageous. Pick, if you're listening, we're calling you up after the show, or we want to investigate where we get these, because they only put them out for merchandising purposes. So who are they going to sell?
I don't even know if they're selling the jerseys. They might just like auction them off. But like I saw they're selling like T-shirts and hoodies with that same design.
We're going to find out. We're going to have one. We're going to get
one,
man. You know what I mean? As I said, when my granddaughter came down the stairs all dressed in Snoopy gear the other day, I said, that's good grandparenting. Good grandparenting. Definitely. That's cool.
We'd also like to shout out Zach Sandu, Serge's nephew, 200 games in the OHL. Congratulations to him.
Zach, we got to get you on the show, man. I seen you playing the other night. One good play, and then you were up the ice too much, buddy. What were you doing? Okay. No, I'm just teasing you. No, that's a huge... People don't understand. When you just to get to the O to start.
Oh, it's massive.
And now to play 200 games. Huge shout-out from the house to Zach Sandu.
Absolutely. I got one more shout-out. How about you?
I just want to say that I'm not usually the biggest footy guy in the world, but... I thought that the World Cup draw yesterday was highly entertaining.
Okay.
We will talk about the draw later. The 4 big guys on the stage were...
Mark Carney.
Okay, I wasn't going to talk about the political leaders at all. I didn't even want to go there. I also thought that people were very rude because they had a presentation. We're not going to get into it because we're not a political show. But, I mean, if people want to just say anything about that, remember there's the first guy in a generation that said we got to clean up the violence in East Africa, which has never been said in our time. But that's another story. But it was highly entertaining because, first of all, speaking of great musicians, and I had chills, they opened the show with Andreas Bocelli.
Bocelli, yeah.
Bocelli, this guy is freaking I froze.
A little bit weird since there's a big Italian contingency there, and I'm like, Italy hasn't even made it yet.
Oh, but he blew the roof off the place.
He's a fantastic singer. I mean, I grew up with that music, you know.
Did you?
Yeah.
Great, because
but what Italian household didn't have an Andrea Bocelli CD?
Hey, Mrs. Milani, I think he is the greatest living vocalist on the planet as we speak.
Wow.
And he's probably, who's better?
I mean, I don't know. You would know. You're the music guy.
That's what I'm saying. And I scoured the earth. I used to say the three greatest voices I've ever heard are Pavarotti, Bocelli, and Chris Cornell.
Okay.
That's where I put it. But the guy was stunning. In any event, it was well done. It was kind of choppy because they had to take the things out. But another big shout out is they brought out Lauryn Hill, which I didn't know Lauryn Hill's been around for a while. And she brought out all her kids who were Marleys, and they all look like Marleys. And they kind of did reggae, world peace. Like, I thought it was the appropriate music to do for something like the World Cup because it was... The music sounded all-encompassing.
Right. International, yeah.
Yeah, and it was very well done. The band grooved. I don't get the YMCA at the end. I don't know how that happened.
It's the YMCA, man.
Okay, and it got the crowd going. But,
there you go.
The pomp and circumstance around this was just unbelievable. It was well put together. It dragged on because you got to put your hand in the cup, but we'll talk about the draw later.
And there's more groups now, too.
Yes,
more teams.
We'll talk about the draw later in the thing because I got a few questions to ask you.
My last shout out, we'd be remiss if we did not shout out to the Argos promoting QB coach Mike Miller to head coach this week.
Yes, big time. Congratulations to him.
Do you think that's the right move, promoting? I mean, we know the CFL is an offensive league, so this might be just me overthinking it, but do you think it's the right move having a guy like him as the head coach?
Well, I don't know who else was available, really, and he's a man that's come up the ranks, and he's had success with the team. So why not give him the next shot? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You know, look at your boy last year. Didn't quite work out that well, did it?
My boy, like with the Patriots?
Yeah. See, there you go. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
He felt like that was kind of like the fall guy kind of thing. Like they just had him there. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, congratulations to him. Which shout out to my good friend Kyle Liberto, who you met, who's in my fantasy league. And we've got to have him on the show, definitely for the baseball preview. Mr. Liberto, after a long time of coaching and dedicating him to the sport of baseball, was announced this week as the head coach of the University of McMaster baseball team.
Congratulations.
Is that amazing?
It is.
You know what? He's worked hard to get there. Kyle, huge shout out. No matter what, they're all teasing you all the time. I knew you'd get somewhere in sports. Congratulations.
All right. Our friend of the show, Zach, might be calling some of those games. I know he does some work for McMaster.
Oh, that'd be cool.
He does some commentary work there, yeah.
And Kyle was in the business for a while.
There you go.
He's got a very good voice. We got to get him on the air. Kyle, you're going to be coming. You can be the one that tell us why the Raptors are going up and down later, but I just want to do a quick shout-out that Scotty Barnes was Defensive Player of the Year.
Any more shout-outs?
Do you know who Lane Kiffin is?
I do. And I know exactly where this is going.
Do you know I have never seen anything sports-wise for about 72 hours absolutely dominate the American sports scene. This is America, people. It's spilled over into Canada.
Well, this is a huge story. I mean, he's coach of Ole Miss, who's having the best season since, like, what, the 50s or something? Or arguably
1966 or something.
There you go. They're 11-1. A pretty good contender for, I mean, I don't know too much about college football, but they look like they're a pretty good contender for the national championship, and he fucking dips for LSU.
Okay, but wait. We got to take a big look at this.
LSU, man. Were you at the governor involved with your job?
Across the street. You know,
yeah, exactly. They're both SEC teams.
Oh, yeah, but they're in location, Mississippi close to Louisiana, however that works. So their geographical location is very, very close.
This is like Marty St. Louis taking a job with the Leafs.
No, I'm telling you. But in any event, I could not... Like, it dominated the news point. The guy that did the show, he's the ESPN #1 sports guy. He was on McAfee. Describe. You'll know him if you watch an SE show. He's the head guy on ESPN for on the show. How he had to get a car, get on the phone with Lane Kiffin to get behind the airplane before he got in the private jet because everyone was booing him at Ole Miss. Okay. Okay, earlier in the year, if we go back and check the tapes when I was talking about college football, which I should talk about a little bit more, but we'll discuss the playoffs when they come. I threw out there, think about Ole Miss. Somewhere on the tapes, I said, Ole Miss, I seen them play a couple times. Did I think they were going to be this good? But the bottom line is...
They were pretty good last year, though.
Yeah, well, they were coming on, but they weren't going to be in the playoffs. This year, they're in the playoffs.
Last year, they were kind of like, it was kind of a conversation I remember during the end of the season.
Yeah, because they came down the stretch well.
Right.
But bottom line is, they got a good shot at it as anybody. It seems to be pretty open in college football. But let's just talk about this. This is LSU. They fire coaches for $50 million. Okay? what I'm going to say is there's a lot of opinions about Lane Kiffin, and if you don't know his reputation, just take a look back and find out what Al Davis said about him. Why did Lou save it? Oh, yeah, he coached the Raiders.
Really?
Yeah, go back and see what
When was this?
Oh, I forget, but Al Davis was still alive.
Well, sure.
Okay, so anyways, go back and think about the Al Davis. 1 week before the national championship, Lou Saban fired him as the offensive coordinator. Nick Saban,
right.
7-time national championship. But it's not about that. It's about everything that we say. We love sports. We love the competition. We like to put a few shekels on it, so to speak. This is about money, people.
Of course.
100% money. LSU threw a bag at him. What's got, $91 million? There's no way in the world that Mississippi can compete with that. And the reason that you can't let him coach is because the biggest problem is this stupid NIL date where it is, because he's going to poach coaches. He's going to go into the portal. So what are you going to do? Coach the guys that you're bringing with you next year to LSU? It's mad. Some people said he should be allowed to take it all the way because Ole Miss hasn't had this glory since the 60s. But
I wouldn't want him around if he took another job.
I hope the door catches him in the ass as he's leaving, man. But I don't begrudge him the money. And the only thing that really made everyone raise their head when he's at the press conference, because you got to want to know what's going on in this guy's mind for the last 72 hours. We're going to announce it after the game. Or we're going to announce it at 8 o'clock. We're going to announce it before midnight. It was like freaking high drama shit, which was bullshit. But the guy sits at the press conference and goes, I don't really know what kind of money I'm making.
Huh?
I stopped.
No, come on.
Go check the press conference. He basically said, I'm not really into the game of knowing what. I don't know. I don't want to misquote the guy. Go back and check it yourself, and you'll just go, oh, God, this is so
he's in the business of talking out of his ass.
He's a very good coach. What did Michael Wilbon call him?
A louse.
A louse. Yeah. Ooh, great coach, though.
I'm sure he is.
Good luck at LSU. I never cheered for them anyway.
So I want to get your quick takes on the Big Four conference championships today. So number 11 BYU versus number 4 Texas Tech.
Texas
12.
Tech. BYU, they might knock out Notre Dame if they win, but Texas Tech is on a roll. I thought Texas and A&M both were going to be in there, but Texas for real. Money school.
Sure. Number 3 Georgia versus number 9 Alabama for the SEC championship.
Georgia's out for bear. Remember, Alabama beat him earlier in the year. And you know what the thing about playing in these championship games? If Alabama loses to Georgia and they get 3 losses, does that push them out of the playoffs?
It might.
So that's a big talk about these championship games are affecting the playoffs the way that they are because the committee are a bunch of idiots at time.
Well, I mean, I think it's a little bit unfair that you get pushed out for a loss having a conference championship game because that's an extra game essentially.
And you've already beaten those guys head to head earlier in the season.
Yeah.
So I don't, and I think Alabama will get in regardless of the result of this game, but I'm taking Georgia.
I would too. I mean, the one
in the dome.
The one college football game I've seen this year was an Alabama game. I was not impressed by their quarterback very much.
No, Georgia's that's their only stumble. They could win the national championship.
And then this one you might have a vested interest in, or kind of, I guess. Number 2 Indiana versus number 1 Ohio State. Big Ten. 1 versus 2.
You know me. I hate pedophiles. I hate terrorists. And I hate the Ohio State Buckeyes. Let's get that straight.
You have no love of the Indiana Hoosiers either,
because they're nothing. I think that freaking...
Oh, there's something this year, though.
Oh, they damn right there. But I think that Ohio State might bomb rush them. 10-point win. What's the spread? 3?
4.5.
4.5. If someone, I'll take the over on that. I think Ohio State's going to repeat.
Another indoor game. This is in Lucas Oil Stadium, Indiana. Yep. So it might be kind of a home game for Indiana,
they
though.
Said they're going to come out in the numbers for Indiana, which could make a difference, and maybe they're going to win. If Indiana wins, kudos to them. I don't see it happening.
And then lastly, ACC Championship, unranked Duke versus number 17 Virginia.
I don't even know how these teams got there because Miami, guys, is so weird. Like Miami's in there, which because they're going to still have a chance to make the playoffs. It's like what they lost during the years, and then you get the tiebreakers in. Like the ACC's a mess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But who's playing again? Virginia's going to win.
Virginia versus Duke.
What's Duke ever done in football?
I don't know.
But they're starting to get in there because of NIL.
How is Miami not in this game? That's the weirdest thing.
Look at the records and look at the conference games and wins. Miami had 2 horrible conference losses.
I guess so.
Yes, they did. And what's Duke in the conference? 7-1 or 6-1?
6-2, same as Miami.
Yeah, but they had the tiebreaker.
Yep.
You know?
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
It's very weird.
And it's so watered down there that most of the time they're saying, why are we going to 16 teams? Maybe there should only be 8, but that's another story. I'll just tell you this
Money.
much. Money. There's been some great college football games this year in any event. Watch them today. I'm going to definitely watch Ohio State and Indiana, and I'll definitely watch Georgia and Alabama.
Okay. We'll move this from college to the pros where you want to wait?
Do we discuss the Chris Paul situation? Or
we'll save it for the NBA.
Okay.
So we'll move this from college ball to the professional game with the NFL in our newest edition of the Power Rankings.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Where am I?
So number 5, I have a couple changes on my list.
I do too.
Number 5, they were unranked on my list last week. They're 10-2, first in the AFC West. Winners of 9 in a row. It's the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Number 4, another team that wasn't on my list last week. 9-3, first in the NFC North. Winners of 5 in a row. It's the Chicago Bears.
I got you.
Number 3, they were number 3 on my list last week. 9-3, second in the NFC West. The Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
Number 2, they were on this place on my list last week as well. 9-3, first in the NFC West. Lost a stinker last week, though, the LA Rams.
We'll get to that.
Number 1, holding in that spot, 11-2, first in the AFC East. Winners of 10 games in a row. My New England Patriots. Indianapolis and Philly find their way off my list. Both losers of their last 2.
I've been doing this show with Milani for a while, and that was probably the most biased statement I've heard out of you. And you're a Leaf guy.
How's that biased?
Come on. Your tone of voice alone. Which is good.
I'm excited for my team.
You should be. My son's yelling at me every day. I'm glad you guys stayed now that they're getting back, like all you New England people, because I seen people kind of fade when the Brady was going away, and I said, well, we'll see who planted their flag. So I'm proud for you guys. So our lists are very close.
Okay.
Very
that's
close.
Good.
I have Bears at number 5. You have to respect the Bears. One of the toughest division in football, and they're 9-3. I'll take the Bears, and the only difference is I put them in a different order. I got the Broncos at 4.
Okay, yeah, so we just switched them there.
Exactly. I still have the Seahawks at 3, even though I'm starting to worry about Sam Darnold and the pressure. But who's better? We'll get to that when we do our rundown. Number 2, I have your New England Patriots, only due to the fact that, first of all, the Rams have played a gauntlet of a schedule. You guys haven't,
but you lost in Carolina.
We'll discuss why that just happens. You're going to say that the Rams are going to be 13-4 or 12-5 at the beginning of the season. You'd say that's a pretty good record, wouldn't you?
Sure.
So they're 9-3. I'm thinking they might get to about 12-4 or 13-3 or whatever.
Well, New England can get to 14 or 15.
Oh, easily. You guys we'll talk. The Super Bowl is going through Foxborough, just like what is it?
Denver's got the tiebreaker though. That's the only thing.
Hey, Tuco, seems like old times.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, my number 1 team is the Rams.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Regardless of what happened last week, which gets us to our concise, controlled, complete understanding of what happened last week in the NFL.
All right, so we already did the Thanksgiving Black Friday games last weekend.
Yes.
So where do you want to start this week?
We're going to start off with the 49ers and the Browns.
Okay.
There's a little thing about San Francisco here. They could still steal the division because you look at their record going down the road and who they got to play.
They can, but
Shanahan's kept that defense together, and as long as Purdy stays, but you can't really be a judge.
Purdy's been so up and down.
Yes, definitely. Bottom line is this was no contest, man. Come on. And this with the San Francisco thing, the only thing is they've got 3 of 4 of their next games at home, and they have a Seahawk game. So San Francisco will be quite interesting. The only thing you say about the Browns game is the fact that Shador got another chance to get out there and do the best that he can.
Sure.
But that was just that was a no-brainer. Anyone that didn't take the 49ers, I don't know what they were doing. Which gets us to another no game. The Jags played the Titans.
Next.
Absolutely, yeah. Easy win for the Jags, but they
were all over them.
Yeah, but it's a suddenly tough ACC South. When you look at the top.
AFC South.
I mean, AFC South. Yeah, it's very, very – it was no contest.
Well, at the top, yeah, Houston, Jacksonville, Indianapolis. It's going to be a crazy race to the end.
And I should have to maybe take back that the highlight of the year for Trevor Lawrence was falling down and getting up in the end zone because presently, hasn't he tied with first? They're tied or one game back?
I believe they're tied.
They're tied. Okay, so they play.
Yeah, they're actually technically at the top. They have the tiebreaker over the Colts.
Okay, but they play the Colts twice, but they also have the Jets and the Titans. Colts' schedule is insane, but we'll get to that. They could get to 10 wins or 11 and possibly win the division, but we'll get to that later. Next,
who is going to think that about Indianapolis about Jacksonville coming into the season? I guess the Colts too, by that measure. But
there you go. That's what I'm saying. But we'll get to that. Then we had the Texans and the Colts. That's where the rubber hit the road.
Yes, sir.
That was in the Loud House. National TV got to see the most ferocious defense I've seen playing in quite some time.
Legit.
You know, they won in the Loud House. They're susceptible to falling out of the playoffs after the great start they have because Indiana Jones is playing with a bum leg, apparently a broken leg.
That's the excuse they're going with?
I don't know. Anyway, they lost a guy in the
I'm
O-line.
being a little facetious, but...
Everyone's stacking the box on Jonathan Taylor, so he's not getting those chunk plays that he was getting earlier in the year.
No, he is not.
You know what I mean?
Only 85 yards on the ground, no touchdowns.
Texas is coming down this stretch with the best D in football, bar none.
Oh, not even close.
Bar none. Now... they could get 4 out of 5 wins. It gets the division, especially if they beat Kansas City and put them out of their misery on Sunday night.
Ooh, that is going to be a game, Sunday Night Football, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
But anyways, that was a good game. C.J. Stroud just made a better team better because they won 3 games with a backup. Quite naturally, a guy should come in and make it better. But their offensive woes might be the thing that get them. They might have to win 10-9 sometimes, but it doesn't matter.
Sure.
That was a great football game.
It was really just like an interception, like a fumble. That was the difference in that one. Other than that, it was a pretty close game.
Yeah, and the problem is that first of all, Daniel Jones wasn't running like he normally does because he's got a broken tibia. Oof. So he's out there. So those scripted plays where he runs and stuff like that have suddenly been taken away from the offense.
Yep.
They show the gaps that he could have ran through, but he didn't, kind of deal. So good luck to Indy because I kind of like the way they came out of the box. Old school team, try to get back at New England, but they're, in my opinion, they're in big trouble. Next game is Saints and the Dolphins. Next.
There's one cool thing I got to say, though, here. It looks like the Saints kicker may have just solved the onside kick issue in the league.
How so?
Do you see the way he placed the ball on the tee there? How he kind of had it?
Had it differently.
Yeah.
Because they were showing it. Yeah.
You can argue about whether or not the Dolphins player even touched it or not. Because I was watching that live in my boss's office at Humber, and we're just watching the replay, and we're just how can you even tell? It was it just grazed the Dolphins player. I don't know. I'm sure the NFL has different angles. I don't know.
At the end of our report, we'll discuss the calls. We'll call it incidentals in the NFL.
Full-time refs, let's do it.
You got it.
But yeah, the way he did it, I mean, that's the way I'm sure other teams are taking notice of. That's the way you do onside kicks, right?
100%. Yeah. 100%. The only thing about this is I always like McDaniels. And he's coaching his ass off to run this out, whether or not he's going to be the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions next year or not.
I think his job is actually safe with Miami.
Look at the way he's
especially with the new GM. I'm sure that new GM's gonna just take that first year to just kind of inspect the landscape, you know?
But they got to tighten up their locker room.
Oh, easy.
You got to tighten up the locker room.
Personnel-wise, I imagine it's going to be a different story there.
They got a running game and a bit of a defense growing. So that's how I look at it.
Really? They got a run game?
Or Shane, what's his name?
Isn't he mostly a pass catcher?
Doesn't matter. He's one of the best, top 5 running back in the NFL.
I'm just taking issue with the saying it's a rush game. That's the thing because he's more known for catching out of the backfield.
Top 5 rushing yards, I do believe. If we look it up, I think so. But anyway, we'll get back to that. Anyway, the next game, the Bucks and the Cards. The Bucks were expected to win, but Baker's beat up. The guys on his they have huge O-line issues. That's his problem.
The receiving core is beat up.
Yes. What has happened is, how would you look at it? Earlier in the year when they were able to spread it with that offense and Baker would get through the holes like I was talking about Danny Dimes, Baker be beat up. But the Cardinals are such a mess. They had to win, and this is a huge win for Tampa in the respect that we'll get to a game later because suddenly that division got tighter out of nowhere.
But because Carolina.
Yeah. So, but I'm thinking they're going to win by default.
But
And
Tampa
the
Bay
Cards
is
are fucked.
I agree. Cardinals are fucked, and Kyler Murray's done for the season now. His status as the starter there next year is even in doubt, it looks like.
And I got him on my fantasy team, my back pocket.
We'll see. But Tampa Bay has quickly turned into like one of the sexy teams early on to like if they
4-1.
Yeah.
4-1 beat some big teams.
If
they make battles.
If they make the playoffs though, like they're
one and done.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's even an if they make the playoffs, because don't count out Carolina.
Well, when you look at their schedules, I think it favors the Bucks a little more. I checked both their schedules. You know what I mean? So that and I don't think I think they play each other one time, but I'm not sure. Which brings us to the Carolina Panthers Rams game. This was a classic.
Carolina and Tampa Bay play each other twice, actually, in
the
last 3 weeks. So that'll determine the division.
There you go. So I think they're going to win by default, but you never know.
Never know.
All right, and Bryce Young has looked a little better at times. This was an any given Sunday game.
Kind of match, yeah.
Back to my old theory, West Coast to East Coast. The weather was a little weird. You didn't really see it on the TV, but the ground was slick. The ball was slick. Everything just went weird. Stafford just broke the record for most touchdowns thrown without throwing a interception.
Oops.
Pops two. One of them was ridiculous, and the other guy was a great play. There was a mix-up on the thing, but they give the guy in Carolina great for digging that pick against Stafford. And, of course, at the end when they were driving, Stafford unbelievably dropped the ball. So if you look at that game.
Yeah, the fumble, and like Carolina 3 for 3 on fourth down as well.
Oh, the 1 fourth down play was amazing. That broke the game wide open. Very tricky play. They went to the run. No, they scooped it outside. That was Bryce, one of the slicker plays I've seen them done. But
he had a pretty good game.
I really believe that the Rams lost this game more than Carolina won it, because when all these weird things were going on, when the one bounced off the helmet interception, where was the Rams at this point in time? Mm-hmm. On the 25-yard line, almost in the red zone. When they ball slipped out of Stafford's hands, where were they? 10 yards from the red zone. Where did they throw that ball, the interception, the second interception? Inside the Rams. Inside the Panthers 40.
Right.
So what we're saying is that they were marching as usual. As one of those games that I say if they play Carolina the next 9 times with this same configuration, the Rams would win 9 times. And I'm still going with my call. I believe the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl.
Wow. Okay, sticking with it.
I'm not backing down. Carolina, though, they're an enigma. They got guys on defense. They're looking like a little bit like how the Rams defense actually came about with the good picks. Like, they're not there yet, but you can see there's flashes. They got the guy on the line, and they showed up. They showed up. Give them credit. Win in their house. The owners backed off. Things are better in the culture, they say. So wait till next year.
All right.
Then we got, this was due to happen. And I'm sorry, son, I miss you every second, but the Seahawks had to crush the Vikings. Come on.
Hope you had Seahawks on your fantasy team.
What's that?
Hope you had Seahawks defense on your fantasy team.
Oh, my
30 points.
No kidding. As soon as they brought out this kid, Bosman or whatever, in a game of this level, and Seahawks knew they had to win, there was going to be no mercy here.
Yeah.
Against one of the better defensive outfits in the league.
Yeah, poor Brosmer, 4 interceptions.
Oh, and the guy was running for his life all day. First professional start. Like, arguably, Seattle's a top 5 defense in the league. Arguably, sure. Okay? Now
I'd put them up there.
Oh, no doubt. And saved some games for them when Darnold had his little issues. But the bottom line is, this is the guy's first start in the NFL. And you're putting them out against these pack of dogs?
God bless.
Oh, I couldn't even believe it. The spread. Bless. I thought the spread should have been higher. I think I said that last week when we were doing our picks. I said I thought the spread should be higher. But we're still saying this. Seahawks are in the hunt. They still got to play the Rams again. Okay?
Sure.
All right? And I think they got to play San Francisco again. If they want to, they hold their own destiny in their own hands. Well, every team does. But this division, I'm saying Rams will win the Super Bowl, and I really think they're the best team in the division. But with the San Francisco schedule and that Seahawk defense, I still don't think we're going to get to week 17, 18, and this is still going to be up in the air. It's that close.
I believe that.
Crazy parity in the NFL this year. Which will bring us to what I got all the games now. That's the end of them, right?
Atlanta versus the Jets we missed.
Oh, I said I already didn't. I say next to that already?
Did we? I don't think so.
Okay, that was my. Oh, yeah, it is. I got it right beside here. All it says is Jets Atlanta. Next. Come on.
Atlanta loves to puke it up, don't they?
I took the Jets, though.
I guess you did.
Dumbass. Okay.
Buffalo, Pittsburgh.
What do you think of the fire Mike Tomlin situation?
I'm a little surprised it took this long.
That's the word around the campfire. So does he?
Because they have been the one word associated with the Pittsburgh Steelers the last 5-10 years. Mid.
Yes.
And this is the Pittsburgh Steelers, tied for most Super Bowls in history. They're supposed to be the creme de la creme. The steel curtain.
Are they tied for the most? Yeah.
New England and Steelers both have 6.
In any event, I just think, as a lot of people say, time for a change. Andy Reid left Philly. I couldn't believe it then. There happens to be a job made to order for Mike Tomlin right now.
Is it a college job? I've heard that associated with him.
He's never going to be a college coach. Penn State.
Money, money, money.
No, go to the New York Giants. Mike Tomlin, New York Giants. They make the playoffs next year. That's what I see. Great landing spot. We've seen the Giants. Remember, we were talking about their defense. It's young, but...
And the Rooneys and the Maras are tied together.
Yeah, and then we just slide it on over. And guess what? He's got Scattaboo. He's got a great wide receiver. And
They got the quarterback.
And they got a quarterback with a defense that's rising. You put Tomlin into that house.
You just need to build that O-line a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I know that. And he would know that. So I'd say that I love Tomlin. But, and you know what they should be talking about is Aaron Rodgers. This is it, right? Like Michael Jackson was going to do. This is it. Come on. The dance is done. Come on. He's Aaron Rodgers. God bless him. First ballot Hall of Fame, whatever. He can still sling the ball.
This is the Twilight, though.
Oh, like in the Twilight Zone? So he looked a couple of times
however you want to put it.
Like that. And especially at home, to let the Bills run for 3 million yards, broke the record for the arena.
This like you look at the score. They compare whatever each team, and it'll have a bar comparing the home and away team. The away team is blue. The home team is yellow. There's a lot of blue. Just Buffalo dominated them on every metric basically.
Exactly, and you know what the sad thing is that to be able to be a coach like Tomlin, this is like the demise, so to speak. But I did see a clip from Ben Roethlisberger's football and show, which I should watch more because it's really, really good. And who knows more about the Pittsburgh Steelers than Ben Roethlisberger? He very eloquently said, "I would never ever his talking about Tomlin is like reverence." Okay,
sure.
But when he got to the end of it, he said, "Let's put all the factors together. Some things, all things must pass."
Sure.
Basically, and it was very eloquent. So I think that Tomlin and the crowd was cheering. Fire Tomlin. Blue collar towns get rough.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean?
They do.
Anyways, that just keeps Buffalo in the hunt. And you know what? I think if Buffalo can ever get that defense a little tighter, which, speaking of defense, Pittsburgh poured all that money into defense, and look what it got them.
I know.
Oh,
are they still the highest paid defense in the league?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or second highest, but they're right up there.
Still, the fact that they're up there is bad news. Bears,
especially when they'll wait to see. Cincinnati may cause them some grief because Baltimore, after their performance, we got to see what they're going to do this week.
Sure.
But we'll get to that.
Also, shout out to Josh Allen, his 76th rushing touchdown of his career, passing Cam Newton for the most by QB all time.
Cam Newton gave him a shout out, very politely.
Was he wearing a cool hat?
Always. Cam's cool in the gang, man. He's to be that big and walk around looking like that. What a personality. But they were talking about that. Some of the things, and we'll talk about some of the incidentals in the league. Remind me about this when we get to it. I think we only got one more game to go, right?
A couple. So 3 from last week plus the Thursday. So
we already went
Raiders
through those.
Chargers.
What's that?
Raiders Chargers.
Easy win for the Chargers. We knew that one was coming.
I mean,
anytime we have Chargers and every time we have the Raiders involved, thank you, Chargers. Next. Because if you're not beating, what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about, what's his name screwed up his hand.
Yeah.
Ebert, but he said he's going to be fine for
Herbert,
the game.
Yeah.
Their O-line is still susceptible. That's Chargers' problem is the O-line. Their defense is more than commendable. They got a defense that could take them along for a run in the playoffs. But it's going to be all about Herbert and that goddamn O-line, which must drive Harbaugh crazy because what's his mantra?
Oh, he's all about the trenches, right?
Oh, yeah. So it must be killing him. But the injury's on the line, and the guys haven't pulled up. And the left tackle, which is supposed to be your big guy to save you, he's one of the reasons that Herbert's got a busted hand. You know what, so to speak. So, anyways, that's enough about the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, it sucks. You have one of your owners cheating, and it still can't help you.
I ain't saying shit. I'm leaving that alone. I'm trying to be nice today. You're getting early.
I had to go there. That was funny. If I do say so myself.
I agree.
The Sunday nighter, Denver versus Washington. How did Denver let Washington keep it this close? I told you the Washington was going to cover.
Okay, I would give you that. I think I didn't. I took Denver, didn't I?
You did.
Okay, but
at least on the show.
Okay, and yeah, I did. In any event, this is why I have doubts about Denver, but you got to put them in the equation because they have a knack of fourth quarter dynamics to win games. Now, a couple times it's been fluky for them. Got to give Mariota big credit for being around the league as long as he was and going at that defense the way it was. But that was a road game in Washington. That was a AFC West team playing an NFC East team coming into their house where those records aren't very good in the first place. So Washington's playing for a little bit of pride.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about this too, like the West Coast thing. That I feel like that's more like the LA teams. If you come from like a hot city.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying
because Seattle's record on the East Coast this year is phenomenal.
Yeah, but they're also from the north.
Exactly. Well, Denver is pretty cold too.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think that Washington's a tough place to play.
Agreed.
That's a place there. So I'm just saying
blue collar, that whole deal. Yeah.
The bottom line is, I still have questions about Bo Nix and that offense.
I got questions about Bo Nix.
Okay, well, whatever the case may be, but he seems to be able to have the moxie in the fourth quarter. He doesn't have rabbit feet. He's going for it, so I got to give him that. But the way that they've won is, I don't know. This could make you susceptible in the playoffs, but the record says so far so good. But I was very surprised at the score. I'm very happy that Quinn went for the 2 points.
Yeah, because I mean,
what do they have to lose?
Exactly. Not even only that, but like the time left in overtime, the way Denver was going, like if they tied it, Denver would just kick the field goal to win the game anyways.
What did you think when you seen the game coming on? Didn't you go like, okay, Denver, Washington, what kind of game we're going to get? And it was probably one of the most entertaining games.
It really was.
The weekend. You know what I mean?
Because I'm like, we're wasting a Sunday nighter on this. Can we flex it out by this time? Come on.
Yes, exactly.
No, but it was one of the surprise games of the week.
Yes, and very entertaining.
Yeah, there we go. Monday nighter, New England hosting the Giants. MVP.
He's a front runner. You knew by halftime that game was over.
Of course.
It was just over. The pomp and circumstances before the game.
Nice to see Jackson Dart back.
Yes, it was good. But is he going to keep taking them hits? I heard.
Well, they're changing some of the scheming with him. Like they're not letting him run as much because like they want to worry about protecting him, and they don't have a coach that's worried about his job being on the line.
Okay, but I heard an interesting argument about this. Okay, they were talking about hits, and Dan Orlovsky, who's a very good analyst, put forth the proposition that that's part of the game, taking hits, and everybody jumped all over him. Okay, but then when he put it out how many hits that quarterbacks have taken in the league, Jackson Dart doesn't have. Hurts has been hit more. Josh Allen's been hit more. But
look at the way someone like Hurts is built.
No, I'll take it one step further. They go looking for hits sometimes when they're out there because they're running more. We're talking about those incidental hits are different from a hit when Josh Allen's going down the side and the guy knocks him down.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean? So it's I'm on the Orlovsky. I kind of thought, I don't know, buddy, because it's the type of hit you're taking.
Yeah, it's a circumstance.
And the last time I checked, when I'm looking at that, Cam Newton freaking took more hits than any quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
He would draw some of the contact, though. And then Cam Newton was a big fucking boy.
Well,
still is, I guess.
Well, that's what beat him down, all those hits. He admits it. But the bottom line is he didn't even get some of those calls because he was big. That was bullshit. So you know what I mean? Jackson Dart. Take a lesson from Cam. Don't take the hits you don't have to. Lamar's the master. He's been hit more than Jackson Dart, which surprised me. But look at how many times that you find Lamar running and shit like that. So it's very interesting. But New England did what they were supposed to, and I'm going to stick with my belief that get to the Super Bowl, you're going to have to go through Foxborough.
And the Sunday nighter, Detroit Dallas. I knew Dallas wasn't going to run the table.
You mean the Thursday nighter?
Would I say Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Thursday
okay.
nighter.
That's okay, because I'm going to try not to be biased, because I was nervous before the game because of the two wide receivers that we were going to deal with. And I know our secondary because I watch every snap of the Detroit Lions. What I took the Lions for was I took Ford Field on a Thursday night in Detroit. Crowd was coming out. It was going to be rowdy, and the defense was going to rise up, and it was going to be a shootout, and we were going to be able to run against Dallas, which we couldn't at first. So what did? We put Gibbs in motion and showed why he's one of the best players in the NFL.
Yes, he is.
He's unbelievable, is he not? And by the way, great win by us, but last time I checked, we still gave up 30 points.
That secondary, I mean, hey, you got 2 interceptions, but...
And the great punch-out by Campbell at the right time, and George Pickens going into a snit fit, whatever that was. And, of course, unfortunately, C.D. Lamb had a concussion, which got him out of the game, but that's part of football, so I'm not making excuses for Dallas. I'm with you. I never thought Dallas was going to run the table anyway, and the 3 games that they had, everyone says, well, they won 2 out of 3. Well, they won the first 2 because they had Philadelphia, and then they had Kansas City, and then they had Detroit. That's quite a gauntlet to go through.
Sure, but I mean, they have that one tie. I think that's going to ultimately kill them.
We are officially on this show as saying the Dallas, unless the Philadelphia Eagles continue to shit the bed, which I don't know what's going on there.
Not enough for Dallas to win that division. But the difference for me here was sacks. I mean, Detroit outsacked Dallas 5-1.
Yep.
2 interceptions to nothing for Dallas. Detroit didn't throw any. Goff was very good.
Yep.
And then Dallas had 3 fumbles. I mean, they recovered 2, but I mean, that's still bad news either way.
Our defense showed up, especially the front 7. We were ferocious because we knew we better play better because our back end was going to be in trouble. And, of course, they still look at that one touchdown that Dallas got. Where was our secondary? This guy was in another area code. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is what a junkie I am for football. Once a week on the NFL Network, they show a football game from a completely film room angle.
Oh, right.
Have you seen that?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
I love that because you know me, I'm the guy rewinding 3 times of what's the line.
Yeah, you can see all the players.
But this is so much better because then I understand what was that Lions guy? Because I couldn't see from all the replays. How did he get so open? But they only showed some. There's only so many clips. You can't see why. It was a blown coverage that was so bad that I've seen so many times that if we don't clean that up, we better be winning every game 44-30. You know what I'm saying?
So a couple more things before we get to our picks. So Chiefs-Cowboys on Thanksgiving got 57.2 million viewers.
Oh, yeah.
The highest viewed regular season NFL game in history.
That's insane, eh? Yeah. Anything? I got a couple little things I want to bring up, too, but we'll go ahead.
Ravens extend tight end Mark Andrews 3 years, $39.3 million.
Deserved.
Of course. I should have mentioned this with the Bills Steelers, but the Bills claim cornerback Darius Slay from the Steelers after that match.
And he said, boo, I'm not coming. It's too cold in Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah. He's not reporting.
So what, they're just going to avoid his contract?
I don't know what's going on, but there's some issues with he doesn't want to play in the cold no more.
That's a shame.
Yep. One of the things I want to bring up is what are we going to do about the weird calls? But what is worse, when the announcers see that the call is wrong and they come back from the commercial and suddenly the announcers, except for Troy Aikman, but every other guy I will see will say, well, we didn't see it from this angle. Oh, we didn't quite. Oh, New York must have said, no. If you come on and say, no, man, like the safety in the game against Detroit, that was a goddamn safety. Come on. Oh, let's look at the thing. Oh, can't have that. Couple of suspect pass interference calls. One in the Detroit game, which is offensive pass interference, but they both grabbed each other and he threw Anzalone.
Right.
So shit like that. But I'm just saying, I think that it's weird that every time there's a call that goes to the booth or something, are the announcers getting a call in their ear from the NFL saying, you better not say anything bad about this?
No, I think that's just them trying to, justify it in their heads, just trying to make sense of it on the fly.
Yes and no, but if you've dedicated your take on that was a wrong call, commercial comes back and suddenly, I was thinking that perhaps maybe it could have, should have, maybe so.
It looks suspect.
Very much so, and especially Dallas
Maybe that's
Cowboys.
the producers in their ear. I don't know.
I get a suspect, and especially when it's against the Dallas Cowboys, who all announcers fillet America's team. it makes me sick. That's why I'm glad they're gone. Not that I hate them. I'm tired of that. Okay, just tired of the Rams. I mean, tired of the Cowboys. Everything. I love Wilbon. Wilbon's my kindred spirit. Fuck Dallas. I bet you could say that in the air. He would, but that's another story. Okay.
Anything else before our picks?
You know what I don't understand either is when they have those clock things and the clock goes down to 0 and the play goes off. You know how many times that's happened in the last 2 weeks? How do you justify that?
Well, there's like a second to wiggle room. It's always been like that.
I've seen at least the Houston game, the Lions game, one in the Bears game, I think one in the Indy game. Buddy, we have technology. You are the man. Analytics, the whole 9 yards. You visually, they line it up and they go, oh, well, there's the wiggle room. The rule's a rule. You know what I mean? Don't confuse me on TV when I've been watching football for about
I thought that was
50
understood, though. Like, there's they'll give him like a second grace period or something for
I've
that.
heard a lot of people say there's the unwritten rule.
Yeah.
But there's basically times where the snap goes, the guy jumps, no flag, and the clock went by. I've seen that at least 10 times in the amount of football I've watched, and I just don't understand. I want to go back where the house that happens believes. Send these guys to school. You know what I mean?
Right.
They have the virtual mark now. They have the virtual mark. If they're having the virtual mark, have the virtual time. Isn't that the same goddamn shit? So don't fool me, because nobody's smarter than Vegas.
If it's an understood thing, though, then I don't know. It's whatever. Everyone gets away with it.
Can I say one more thing about the end before we get to our picks? Who's smarter than Vegas?
Nobody.
Maybe Einstein. Maybe Einstein.
Well, he's dead.
Okay. Anyways, I might just bring the ticket down, but it's upstairs because I kept to show you. Last week, I decided to pick 5 games over under. I don't usually do that, but I did.
Okay.
I had 3 unders and 2 overs. 4 of them were right. The one that I didn't get was San Francisco over the Browns. The over-under was 34-5. I had the game over. You know how many points were scored, right?
34.
I nearly had a baby. I'm looking at this going, all of a sudden when I realize on my ticket, I'm going, whoa, wait a second here. San Fran, and they were just running the clock out because they had the game won. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, people, when you're out there gambling, look at the little fine line. Because there's a man behind the curtain in Vegas. He good. He very good. But can you imagine that? 34.5 was the over-under, and they hit 34.
That's
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's just because I lost. You know.
Ready for our picks against the spread?
That's Gibber.
All right, so last week, okay, Stanley. Okay, you're going to be on my lap for this segment. Okay. I beat you 7-6. I'm up on the series 8-5-1 with 1 tie. You got to run the table basically to beat or to even tie me.
I hear you. So here's what's happening. Shout out to BOH, who's in my pick'em pool, and he's winning by 10.
And by the way, I have the tiebreaker by 4 points. So.
Okay, I'm in trouble.
All right.
Where do we start? Let's go. Oh,
Seattle,
by the way, we couldn't put on the Thursday game, did we?
What do you mean?
Thursday game, did we pick it?
No, we didn't. We never pick Thursdays.
I forgot about that. But I didn't even call up pick for my pick because if he didn't put the Lions in for me, I did on purpose.
He doesn't know you.
Oh, yeah. So I didn't even call him. You've heard me pick. I'm going to put my picks in after the game. But I said, I'm not even going to call pick. If you don't know who I'm taking by now.
Oh, yeah.
A man who's been in this man cave, who's seen thousands of depressing Detroit Lion moments. Who was I taking?
All right, Seattle at Atlanta. Seattle's favored by 6.5. Seahawks all day for me.
Yep, especially after what they did last week on the road.
Yes, sir. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Baltimore is favored by 6 points at home. Give me the Ravens.
Oh, gee, what can the matter be? They haven't had a game over 6 points in freaking 3 years.
What do you mean?
Like the point spread, it's been under 4 or under 5 for their last 6 outings or something.
So you think Pittsburgh's going to come out heavy?
It's in Pittsburgh, right?
In Baltimore.
It's in Baltimore. I don't know. This is just after everything I said about freaking Pittsburgh, I'm going to take them. And Lamar looks shaky.
Okay,
Cruz,
Stanley,
make a
that's not
point.
gonna work, buddy.
Okay. Where's he at now? Once again, my beloved dog, who did not get out because he was sleeping, is now an intricate part of the program.
Yes, he is.
Thank God I got the treats here. In any event, I'll take the Ravens too.
All right. Next up is Tennessee at Cleveland. Cleveland favored by 3.5 at home. I'll take the Browns.
You have to with the defense.
Yeah.
Just for any reason. 2 young kids trying to find their way.
Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Indianapolis favored by 1.5 on the road. Give me the home dog, Jacksonville.
I'm taking that one too. Jacksonville's been solid at home this year, by the way.
Washington at Minnesota. Washington favored by 1.5 on the road. I'll take the home dogs here too, Minnesota.
No, I'm taking Washington. That kid's playing again. So they're in trouble. Good boy.
Miami at the New York Jets. Miami's favored by 3 points on the road. Give me the Dolphins.
I'm taking the Dolphins too. We've come around on them. Just think about all those crazy early
I'm not going to say
losses.
I've come around on them, but they're playing the Jets. Come on.
Okay, but if you look back to their early season and some of the crushing losses that they've had, it's starting to appear that Miami's not as the clusterfuck that we were talking about all season. Like
All it took was for Tyreek Hill to leave the dressing room.
Maybe.
New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa's favored by 8 points at home. I'll take Tampa Bay.
Division game. I don't know if Tampa Bay can beat anybody but 8 points right now.
New Orleans stinks, though.
It's tough games to take here. What's it, an 8-point spread?
8.
I'm going to take I'll take the points. Saints and the points.
Cincinnati at Buffalo. Buffalo favored by 6 points at home. I like the Bills.
I like the Bengals and the points.
Okay.
With that defense on Buffalo, how many? I'm taking the over on that. I'm betting the over already.
Probably.
What's the over-under on it? It must say there.
50? I got split up.
50? 40?
53.5.
Yeah. People, I look at the over-unders every week. You don't see 53.5 a lot.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Denver at Las Vegas. Denver's favored by 7.5 on the road. Broncos all day.
Come on. Yep.
Chicago at Green Bay. Green Bay is favored by 7 points at home. I like the Bears.
What?
To cover.
Where is it at?
It's in Green Bay.
I'm taking the Packers.
Okay.
Hate both teams.
LA Rams at Arizona. Rams are favored by 9.5 on the road. Give me the Rams.
No problem.
I think they'll bounce back big time.
No kidding.
Houston at Kansas City. KC's favored by 3.5 at home. Give me the Chiefs.
This is the scariest pick in the week, but this is the last time we go to the well with Kansas City.
Sunday nighter, game of the week.
Game of the week. And you know what? Houston is their record at Arrowhead is atrocious. Ooh. Remember that. So that's why I'm taking it. I'm going with a little bit of history.
And the Monday nighter, Philadelphia at the LA Chargers. Phillies favored by 2.5 on the road. Give me the home dog. Give me the Chargers.
I have a funny feeling that
Philly's going to pull it out?
Yeah, Philly's going to pull it out.
All right. Good. Best of luck to you, sir. Anything else you want to add for football?
No, just that the slate of games is so up and down this weekend. There's some games that are amazing and then games like, are you even going to turn on?
Okay.
That's any given Sunday.
We will turn it over from the NFL to one of our favorites here on The House That Happens, the NHL. And we have our first edition of the Power Rankings.
We're going to do that first?
Yeah.
Not the Leaf Report?
Power Rankings. We always start with Power Rankings.
Okay, let's go to the Power Rankings. You want me to go first?
Sure.
Number 5, or top 5, right?
Yep, top 5.
Okay, because that would be confusing for too many. Besides the fact that Suzuki should be a Selke candidate, but that's another story. Carolina Hurricanes, at number 5. At number 4, I have the Minnesota Wild. At number 3, I have the Washington Capitals.
Okay.
At number 2, you know who the top 2 are. Dallas at number 2, Colorado at number 1.
Okay. So my list is pretty similar to yours. So I have Minnesota at number 5. Mm-hmm. I have Washington at number 4.
Oh.
I have Carolina at 3. I believe in Carolina more than I do Washington. Then Dallas 2, Colorado 1.
The reason that I really put Washington ahead is this roll is on, but then Logan Thompson has just been got better goaltending in Carolina. That's in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it right now. Like Carolina got roughed up by Toronto the other night, which we'll get to. But something about Washington, they seem to have circle. They skate great, and their forecheck. Remember, I always talk about it.
Oh yeah, one of the toughest in the league.
Tom Wilson should be on the team, man. Like after you see him play, look at Washington, the way they're going. He's playing his way on the team. But first, the power rankings. Let's see who's going to stay there.
Yes.
Let's see who will stay there. In the Tipsy-Turvy League, we're in the Atlantic, what is it, 6 points from first to last?
Yep.
Wow.
So we'll begin with the Leafs report. So unfortunately, Brandon Carlo has had an injury setback, so he's going to be out long-term.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
And Tanev is nowhere in sight.
No.
Okay, so you got that. So
Carlo, to your point last week, is you were talking about how bad that trade is. Could be Owen Nolan 2.0.
Oh, I hope not for your sake. But let's just look at the positive here. First time the Leafs have had a 3-game winning streak all year.
All year.
Okay.
Smashed Pittsburgh 7-2 in Pittsburgh on Saturday. Hilda Beast was Hilda Beast.
Yes, I think he shouldn't be. I've been talking about him. He can play.
He looks like he's ready to step into the NHL.
Yes, I think so.
They beat Florida 4-1 on Tuesday, and then they beat Carolina 5-1 on Thursday, and they never win in Carolina.
And that was all on the road after Marchand said some of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard about the Toronto Maple Leafs.
What do you say that was ridiculous?
Did you hear his press conference?
I heard some stuff.
He was a troll. He made it sound like, Toronto got to deal with that poor media and pressure on those boys.
That's not what he said.
Oh, basically, it was.
He was just saying how ridiculous the Toronto media is, which you agree with.
At times, but taking it from Marchand, do you think it was disingenuous?
Come on. So you're just like...
He's trolling. He trolled you guys, and then people gave him support in the city. I said, are you kidding me? This guy...
You're being ridiculous right now. So
Why?
you can insult the Toronto media, but when Marchand says that he's out of line...
No, I'm just saying that what he was doing was adding up all the pressures from Toronto and saying he's feeling sorry for the players. Bullshit. Come on. He's your worst enemy in the last 10 years, and he comes out and trolls you at a press conference? I thought it was hilarious.
I think he's right.
Well, that's what they're saying.
You talk about the media getting to the team, too, so I don't even know what you're getting upset about.
I'm not getting upset. I'm just saying that I thought it was hilarious that before, and I'm glad he lost, by the way, but this guy got huge press before the game. It was a total troll job. Go back and listen to it. And you know what? He did it just like he did that commercial with the bear. Just
commercial with the bear.
You know, like, hey, you know what's Sidney Crosby and McKinnon saying, hey, here Marchand brings his teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
He was about, it was about the same.
The Tim Hortons one, yeah.
Yeah, it was about the same level. Same level. So it was humorous to me. Well, like your reaction in the whole Toronto, anything that guy said, I wouldn't even give him the time of day. Yeah, that's nice. Fuck off. Come on, he's Marchand. Who's going to play for Team Canada?
I think you're just upset with who said the message.
I agree. I'm not. Interesting point on your part, because you know what I think, the media here is insane, but I'm not Montreal, so I haven't seen what is quite there. But the bottom line is, your worst enemy coming out and saying shit like that on all the news media in Toronto, it's a troll job, bro.
Worst enemy.
It's a troll job. I laughed. Because I got no horse in the race.
Sure.
I giggled. I said, he's getting away with it again. Listen to this guy. Which is good to see personality in the NHL, as I've always said.
There you go.
So I'll give him that. I'm warming up to Marchand in a way over another area code way. It's like that light in the universe that's coming at us 3 billion years away. I got that much of a shine on Marchand lately.
All right. Okay. So, unfortunately, Joseph Wall exited between periods against Carolina. The Leafs actually just placed it on IR today.
What? They put him on IR?
Lower body injury.
Oh, disaster. By the reason where this 4 out of 5 game win streak, great road trip. Who is the best player on the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Well, Wall was up there.
Okay, who was number 2?
Troy Stetcher?
Oh, I'm going to get to him. Okay, just think the only loss that they had on this road trip that was Capitals, and they had a 2-0 lead in the second period.
Ugh.
So you know what I mean?
Like last Friday.
Yeah, so they took a little pressure. The pressure in the third period, they a little bit crumpled, but that's going to happen because it doesn't matter what happens with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Why do they got to labor so much to get the puck out of their own zone? Once they get it up to the forwards, they get moving.
Sure.
I'll give it that, but bringing in Mr. Stretcher, who's a 31-year-old Stetcher, who's a 31-year-old journeyman, what is he bringing to the team? Mad energy, because he knows he's one shift away from being out of the NHL, for starters.
Is a good skater.
Great skater, knows how to headman the puck and add speed to the team. Okay.
So with the Leafs, he's got 8. So with 8 games with the Leafs, 1 goal, 3 assists, +7, and he's averaging 19 minutes a game.
Oh, he's a fine. Now, I want to say something here that you might think I'm nuts, but I think Berube, the chief, is the key. Joseph Wall is the number one reason, because you got the goaltending, okay? But Berube's the guy that I think is coaching better than you realize. How many times did I say earlier?
I don't have a problem with Berube.
Okay, so look what he's done. Remember early in the year, and I was saying Joshua and Roy, they don't know their positions. All the pressure in
They're
Toronto.
finding their way.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Shift them, platoon them, and then you'll see where they're going to go. All of a sudden, they got themselves back in the corner, and Berube probably told them, forget you're in Toronto, play the game that you're supposed to play. Benching Domi was a great move.
Well, and all the things, too, like, you have so much turnover with this team. Sometimes it takes you a bit of time to find your way, figure out your roles, right? Which I kind of alluded to early on. It was taking a little bit longer than maybe I would have liked.
But I'm telling you, Austin Matthews has been one of their best players, too. That guy
hands down.
He blocked 6 shots the other night. Like, he's all over the place. He took 2 pucks. He took 2 pucks out of the crease in 2 games. Like, he was the guy. Wasn't the defenseman that took that puck out of the crease. It was Austin Matthews. People forget that, where's his scoring? Where's this and that? In my opinion, he's one of the best two-way hockey players in the league.
I might even say he's the best two-way player in the game.
Okay, so let's not talk about all the other things.
And block shots, to your point before, the Leafs as a team these last few games have been blocking shots like madmen.
Exactly. So now what I'm seeing is, what has happened is Berube's got it around to the corner where he realizes, where's my boy Jamrock?
Yarncroc?
Yeah, where is he, bro?
Where has he been? In the press box?
Where's our buddy Michelli? In the press box. Yeah. Why? Because what you got to do is they finally got some pace to their game. Since that Stetcher guy's got pace. You know what's really interesting? Eklund Larson playing the best hockey he's ever played for Toronto right now, in my opinion. And
he's been our best defenseman all year, hands down.
Oh, no doubt about it. But guess what? Who's obviously following his lead? This Stetcher guy plays in the same way. Here's what's interesting about Toronto. Another thing, if you noticed, and maybe because I'm watching them too much, when they get in those third period games, they don't care about lefty-righty defense things sometimes. They put Riley and Eklund Larson on.
Yeah, they were paired last year for a lot of the season, too.
Just to get the puck out of the zone. You watch in the last 10 minutes of the tight games, those guys are on, and then Stetcher's getting the time. Benoit's playing his ass off, but
he's what he is.
Yeah, but the guy that's really come around to me is McCabe, because McCabe played with Tanev so long. There's something about that defense. So he looked misplaced for a while, didn't he? Like, where was he? What's he
I don't know
go?
if I agree with that.
Playing much better, isn't he, in the last 3 games?
Sure.
You know what I mean? And they're still scoring. And the one thing I have to bring up, which we started about 2 years ago when we said, one day Matthew Nyes might be one of the best power forwards in the NHL.
What about his goal against Carolina?
That's what I'm bringing up. One of the best power forwards in the league. He's on his way there.
I think so.
He's top 20 in scoring.
Could be a contender for Team USA at the Olympics.
Oh, that's right. Because they're having some issues with some other guys that they're not so happy with along the way.
Yeah, he's going to bring a little bit of a different element. He's the one to keep an eye on if you're an American fan. Also, I want to bring on Max Domi. Since being scratched the 3 games, 5 assists and a +3.
Like I said, give Chief some credit here. Put a fire under these guys' asses and said, hey, this is what you got to do.
Well, that was the right move with Domi, scratching him when he did.
Okay, so now I'm going to call you out right now, okay? You're going to still tank? Still tanking, bro?
No, the division's too close.
Well, let's go back and get some.
And Toronto and Tampa are the only 2 teams with the positive goal differential in the division.
Okay, and I'm gonna get. That's a very good point. But I'm gonna do this. Your promos on Facebook and Instagram are priceless.
Okay,
you edited. I'm going to edit the tank. I'm going to find
You're going to edit it.
I know someone that's going to do it. I'm going to say, can you make this
I've
for
heard this
me?
before. You're turning into the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah, but I that shit, I'm just not good at it. I'm going to, hey, Pick, can you do that? Pick's good at that.
Pick's got kids. He's busy.
Who else could do it that I know? One of the kids. Maybe Freeman. BOH. If you're listening, can we edit it part of the show? I will go to the show. I will get the part where my partner, who is the difference between old fans and new fans, was ready to tank his team 10 days ago. Tank! You used the word tank.
I wasn't. I was considering it.
Young fans, you have to learn to be patient. There's peaks and valleys to this adventure. Your New England Patriots, they're Exhibit A. So,
how are they Exhibit A? They've been crushing it all year. What they had?
No, when they were down, you didn't. When last couple, you never jumped on that. You never weren't like that about New England. When New England was having troubles, you told the truth. But now,
when they were 1-2, I was going.
Okay, but you came around. But that's what I'm saying. You young people got to have more patience investing in your team. An old guy like me, okay, I was nervous before the Dallas game with Detroit. But
I never said full tank. I'm like, let's consider this.
You had serious considerations about the team making the playoffs.
Well, I was considering it. I mean, look at where they were in the standings, bottom 5.
Okay, so that's why I want this edited properly, because I can remember me distinctly saying, what if they win 5 in a row?
Well, they haven't won 5 in a row yet.
But they won 4 out of 5. Why am I defending the Toronto Maple Leafs on this show? This is madness. I should get 2 minutes.
Hey, you know what?
Interference, or what?
Well, tonight's a potentially big swing game.
We're gonna get to that in a minute.
Yeah,
okay?
like Toronto can't pass Montreal tonight, but if Toronto beats you, like Montreal in regulation, will be tied on points.
Listen, if you pulled a pubic hair, you could not put it between some of the teams in this division right now. That's how tight it is.
Well, what about the Metro? 7 points separating first and last.
Insane. That's why I'm saying now the 3-game losing streak just cannot happen. That's how quickly you go from the other way. And that's what I was trying to stress.
Especially in the East.
I'm still saying, yeah, especially in the East.
The West is starting to separate.
Yeah,
there's like 12 teams. 4 teams are already out of it in the West, like Calgary, Nashville, Vancouver, and St. Louis. They're done.
My take on it is, like I said, it's the 3 or 4 game winning streaks are so drastic in the league this year, how tight it is. But what it is me not being the analytics guy that I am, there are certain metrics that you have to respect as you go forward.
Sure.
And one of the things that Toronto's going to have to clean up, thanks to God, in their last 5 games was their goals against. You know what I mean? And they're laboring out of the zone. I don't get it. Like them getting the puck out of their zone. But one of the things we talked about last week, which is
their defense is also injured to shit, so that's gonna hurt you.
A lot of teams around the league have lost defensemen too. Like I said, about the whole thing about expansion is insane. Nobody in this league has the 5th or 6th defenseman that look like Bob Orr.
No one ever has in the league. So that's nonsense.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So what you have to do is scheme your way out of it or play a system way out of it where you forward the puck. I don't understand why Toronto's doing it. We're not doing it that well, which gets me back to my original premise. You got a 31-year-old journeyman defenseman who can skate like the wind, and you picked him up on waivers at the perfect time for a perfect solution that you needed.
Yeah.
Head manning that puck out of the zone. But like I said, all those guys, defensemen, that's why you get so many of those weird pizza delivery passes every game. San Jose, you should have seen them when they lost to Washington. They were Pizza Nova, Pizza, and I think Pizza Hut. It was insane.
2 for 1.
2 for 1. It was just insane. How many times have the defense had the puck, and even the forwards sometimes, they come back in the zone to back check, and they go to throw it back out, but they don't look. They think the guy's there. That's the pertinent part about having steady line mates. Because I see Vegas throw the puck around like that, but they know where each other are already. It seems to me. Colorado, Dallas.
Yeah.
But if the Leafs learn to take the puck out of their zone, now we don't know. With Joseph Wall being on the IR, is Stolar still on IR?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so your 2 goalies, I can't even pronounce either one of their names.
Well, Hildeby.
No, I know Hildeby. I've been talking about him last year. I like him. I like that guy. He's big, strong, fast, and goofy. But your other 2 goalies, I don't even know how to say their names. Pagula, Veseluki, I don't frickin' know. But anyways.
Who's our other goalie?
Nobody. Your only 2 other guys that you can bring up right now that are in line have never played in the NHL before. You have nobody.
Yeah, there's
else.
the Russian kid.
The Russian guy, yeah.
Oh, geez. I forgot the other guy with the Marlies.
Yeah.
Either way.
But, you better, Stanley, be quiet. But anyways, this is very... what is it? The most inappropriate time for this to happen, because let's look at the Toronto Maple Leafs metrics. Goals against went down. Shots on goal against their goalie went down. Penalty kill went up.
Way better.
Okay, so what's your best penalty killer? Your goalie.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so now I'm saying that tonight is going to be very interesting. I'm hoping what happened is Hildeby will be so nervous about playing Saturday night and not. with all those Montreal fans in freaking the
Yeah, but it's in
Scotiabank.
Toronto.
We're going to scream you out of there. Serge and boys are going down, represent. I'm glad to hear that. This is a very interesting game tonight. It's not making a season or anything like that, but at this juncture,
potentially big swing game.
Huge swing game. Can see where we're going, which gets us back to Montreal because I don't know what the hell we're doing.
I think Stanley wants to chime in as well.
Yeah, because he heard me say Habs. He got mad. You know what I'm saying? In any event, look at us one night. Did you see us? Who did we lose to the other night? 6-1. I had to turn it off.
Ottawa.
Yeah.
You lost to Colorado 7-2, and then a couple nights later, you lost to Ottawa 5-2.
Okay, and look at the 2 games in between. Then we win. We win good. We beat Winnipeg, no problem.
What do you mean, no problem? They had to go to the shootout.
Doesn't matter. We should have killed them anyway.
That's a little bit of a red flag, especially without Hellebuck. He should have taken care of that in regulation.
Comrie had a wicked game that night. Maybe his best game of the season. But I'm just saying, I don't think Montreal's out of the woods because we got problems on defense too. After our first 3, everybody else is throwing around the puck. We're still not big enough. We get pushed around a bit. Our speed is what's keeping us, I think.
My take is that out of Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, 2 of them are going to make the playoffs.
You think so?
Yeah. Not all 3, though.
I don't think all 3 either, and that makes me nervous when you say which 2 are going to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's very... At
this point, I'd bet on Montreal over Ottawa, though, because I don't know what Ottawa's doing.
We're going to talk about why Ottawa might be there in a minute. That's another story. But when you think about it, at the top there right now, Tampa Bay was Toronto a month ago. Where's Tampa Bay now?
Yeah, they're top of the division.
Okay.
Yeah, but Tampa Bay, we talked about this. They had that horrible, 5 or 6 game start, but since then, they've really pulled it together.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Now,
they're going to have, 3 guys on Team Canada?
Yes, they are.
Hagel, we talked about his struggles early on. 29 points in 26 games, including 17 goals.
I've seen Hagel. He's going to be on team.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's played great. He's turned his game around on levels. Because I watch a lot of bit of Tampa Bay. What happens in the league is a couple, 2 players or things go left for a second. New Jersey was the belle of the ball 10 days ago. Yep. Where are they now? They're not.
Well, they've lost one of their best players.
And they lost a defenseman, too.
There you go.
But they're losing those games.
Yeah, lost 4 in a row.
Exactly. And look how they're losing 3-0, 2-1. That's a Jack Hughes difference.
That's what I was kind of worried about them coming in the season. That's why I said they were going to miss the playoffs. How their season's gone, though, has been pretty insane.
Exactly. They're a good team. The game.
They're good.
They lose to Vegas last night? 3-0?
Let me pull that up quickly.
3-0
at home in New Jersey.
And that game was 1-0 for 3 days. That was a great, great hockey game.
So this is actually crazy. So they lose 5-3 versus Philly. They lose 5-3 versus Columbus. Then they lose 3-0 versus Dallas, and then 3-0 versus Vegas.
All of those.
That's bad news.
All of those games they were in. Every one of those games. You look at the third period, going in the third period. That's the Jack Hughes difference. The guy that can give you that one extra goal. If you look at those guys, because there was an empty net goal in one of those games, in the 5-3 game. There was an empty net one of those games.
Still, though.
Because for some reason, my TV records Devils games.
Yeah, you set it to that for whatever reason.
I got to unset it. But I'm glad I do, because in the middle of the afternoon, after I walk my dog, it's nice to watch a hockey game at 2 in the afternoon, whether you know the score, if it's good.
Right.
Okay, so then you can watch what's going around. The Devils are a great hockey team without scoring suddenly. And it's killing them. You know what I mean? Now, let's see what's going to happen out west.
Well, hold on. I will go back to the East for a second. So, Florida, Buffalo, both these teams look like they're in trouble.
Florida's just got, if they get everybody back in time, look at Verhagen.
Big if. Big if.
Who's been gone now? Verhagen.
Barkov we talked about this. Barkov might be done. Kachuk, he should be back soon, but how long is it going to take him to get back up to game speed, you know?
I agree. There's 5 regulars that are missing, pertinent regulars on the Florida, and that hurts. You know what I mean? Here's another.
And they're beat up from going to, 3 finals in a row now?
And Bobrovsky is starting to show a little age. You know,
going through his Vasilevsky thing, because Vasilevsky after that Tampa Bay run, he had a little bit of a rough couple years as well, right? He's starting to refine his game, I think. But
I think so. But who's the backup goalie on Tampa Bay? He's played some games that have saved it. Yes, he's played some games that he's from Sweden too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
I'm going to make a little point about that in a minute. But in any event, I think that the East is going to stay tighter than the West. I think the West is going to 100%. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Because you look at the quality of the team.
Oh, the East is one big clusterfuck.
Oh, and I don't think it changes anytime soon.
No.
You know what I mean? And if you look at the schedule of the teams that they're playing with each other with the condensed schedule, ooh.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like we said before, the West is starting to separate.
100%. Now, here's the biggest enigma in the West. The Anaheim Ducks. What are they?
They're a damn good team.
At times.
What do you mean at times?
They lost last night, didn't they? No, they won in the
They
shootout.
won.
They won in the shootout. I think that they play a little bit better pond hockey than San Jose. The thing about them, they got big defense and they roll, and they got the ugliest uniforms in the history of sport. So I'll take them away. But I don't see Anaheim hanging their way up there. First of all, now 2 of their goalies are hurt too, right? Dostal's on the shelf. The other guy they got playing is pretty damn good, though.
Yeah, Dostal's on IR. Mrazek's on IR.
Yeah, so that kills you. How long can you go like that? So like you say, Toronto's got problems. Anaheim's got problems too. You go around the league with every team, there's a wart somewhere. And they're calling it condensed schedule.
Anaheim's got pretty good goalie depth, though. Like, Husso's not a bad third option, so we'll see.
And he played well last night, which the question is Vegas coasting? Are they the real deal?
I don't know what their deal is.
Oh, my God. And then other times I go. But when you look around the league, they do have a plus-minus goal differential. They're top 10 in goals against average. Their penalty kill is a little above average. Their power play is a little bit above average. And their top 6 forwards are as good as anybody in the league.
You know who's got a minus differential that's a little concerning?
Who's that?
L.A.
Oh, I noticed that too.
And they're also garbage at home, too.
They're completely different than last year.
They go like in kind of spurts like that. Because 2 years ago, I feel like they were a bad home team as well.
Really?
They were. Last year they were good at home, but the year before that they were bad. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I think they're one of the teams that are playing above their head right now. Unfortunately, our buddy Mr. Doughty is beat up, not playing up to snuff. And I know everybody sentimentally wants him to play for Team Canada, and I love Doughty. Do you hear that, Mrs. Milani? I love Doughty too.
I wouldn't say it's sentimental. I think it's just like an experience thing. You want a guy that's been there before. He's a +8 in 20 games, 8 points. I think that's pretty good. 22 minutes a night.
I'm still that's
veteran presence.
Okay, but he hasn't been playing much lately. Okay, that's the question. And I love the guy. If he puts him on there, he missed a couple of games, I believe. Yeah, he's 20 games, right?
Oh yeah, he missed a bunch of games in late November, but he's back.
Yeah, and he's been solid, but I don't know. I've watched some of the games that they've lost when he's been out there, and I go, oh, sorry, Father Time. You know what I mean? We're going to wait to see because I think it's December what?
December 6th. Oh, for the Olympic team.
Yeah.
Canada hasn't officially announced. I know the deadline is sometime at the end of December. It's just when teams are going to announce it is the thing.
Okay, when we find out what it's going to be 2 days before, I want to post my list to see how many mistakes we make dealing with things where my belief is, let's get the best players.
Yeah, pretty soon we should have like our one more Team Canada talk.
Yes, we should have one more time. Who do we think is going to be there? Because I'm afraid we might make some mistakes.
I'm not even going to
Sam
go there
Bennett
yet.
on the team?
No.
Okay.
No one's talking about him anymore.
Okay, and he was one of the better players in Toronto the other night. I finally noticed him.
It was in Florida, but yeah.
Well, that's whatever the case may be.
That's one game.
So do you believe the Edmonton Oilers are going to right the ship?
Yes.
They're going to finally come around?
Yes.
What about
might need a new goalie, but I think they'll do it.
Okay, so now here's the endless enigma. How many teams need goalies? As we speak. So
are we counting injuries or not? Because we'll take that out of the equation, right?
Okay.
Okay, so going through the list quickly. I mean, Edmonton, top of the list.
Toronto's going to need a goalie now?
Again, I thought we were taking injuries out of the equation.
Okay. I got you.
San Jose, maybe.
Sometimes he's good. He's a year away from being a really good number one goalie.
Askarov, he's a little bit more in that kind of prospect territory.
But he has his moments. He's going to be fine. He's freaking young. Colorado, I'm saying Wedgwood has to be on the Olympic team. Him and Logan Thomas should be no doubt. Like, they've got gold. Dallas has got amazing. So one of my questions.
I would say, like, Detroit may need a goaltending change.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I would say, like, teams are pretty solid
around the league. So I'm going to, every week I'm going to say, just going to ask you a couple of random questions about what's going along around the league. And one of the questions I wanted to ask you, do you think there's a Sweden goalie thing going on? You know, a couple of years ago they said it was the Finnish guys?
Yeah.
But I actually looked around it, and I'm saying that there is probably as many Canadian goalies as there are Swedish goalies in the NHL. It's the performance part of the ticket that's making a difference.
Well, what Swedish goalies are catching your eye?
Oh, Markstrom.
Okay.
All marks having a turnaround season in there. Gustafsson and
Gustafsson, Minnesota's tandem. They're both
best tandem in the league, both from Sweden. They might even be both Sweden goaltenders.
Maybe.
Eriksson on Flyers. Why are the Flyers playing good? Because they suddenly have a goaltender that's playing pretty damn good.
Well, it's about time Sweden kind of had like this golden goalie generation because besides Lundqvist, how many top tier goalies have they had? Really none.
That's why I brought it up when it suddenly got to my attention. I'm thinking all the years that I've watched hockey, where did all these Swedish goaltenders? I've never remembered Lundqvist, but how many Pelle Lindgren, but I guess guys like that from way back in the day. But I mean, really seriously, in the last few years, when are we having a discussion about, whoa, where did all these Swedish goalies come from?
Oh yeah, never.
And they're top rated guys. Like there's a very good chance that when the USA mentions their team, when Team Sweden says their team, both goalies are going to be from Minnesota.
Very possible. Gustafsson, I think, is going to be one for sure.
Oh, he'll be the third. Yeah. I didn't even bring up Gustafsson. Oh yeah, I did. I missed him on my list. Yeah, Gustafsson's the other guy. So you're looking around the league. Three of those guys are possibly.
Yeah, you know what? I would say Gustafsson, Markstrom, Allmark are probably going to be the three.
Oh, then you're going to. Gustafsson, I think that this Wallstat guy being hot, he'll be third. He's had 3 shutouts in 4 games.
He's a backup, though, so
Who says he's a backup? Is he rising?
He's playing less games. He's the backup.
Okay, but he's a tandem, but he's going to play more. Guy's had 3 shutouts in 4 games.
I understand that, but smaller sample size, you got to be careful with that.
But look at the quality of teams he played. I seen him play. The guy was unbelievable. That's when I started looking around the next game. Oh, this guy and that. And there's 3. I didn't put him down. If you go around, 3 tandems in the league that are.
I would say he's a little bit more of a long shot.
He's been a great prospect.
Sure.
He was supposed to be a good. He was a first round pick, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
And guess what? Here's the deal. Minnesota traded up with Edmonton's pick. So think of all the old Edmonton goaltender issues they've had. They could have had this kid. But they said, nah, Minnesota, go ahead. Who are you taking? And they moved up the draft to take this goalie. So that's pretty interesting.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So we'll keep an eye on that going along. Another thing I wanted to ask you. I love the 3-on-3 in overtime. It's just so much fun. How many games have we had this year where we've gone into 3-on-3 overtime? A bag load. So here at the House That Happens, I want to put forth the proposition. Let's move it to 8 minutes or 7 minutes.
I think 7 is possible.
Why not? Let's get there because it's a great look at the game, and they're going to score.
Yeah.
Most of the time they do, but there's been too many shootouts for me lately.
Yeah.
But there's been some great 3-on-3 to get to the shootout. You know, the Edmonton, when Montreal won, the Winnipeg Montreal shootout, I could have taken about 7 minutes of that insanity. It was insane.
Sure, in overtime, yeah.
And I think it's more credible as a win in the shootout. You know what I mean? It's a more defined win. And you're going to say, oh, what about travel locations? What about moving? What's 2 more minutes in a goddamn game?
Yeah, I don't think that's that big of a deal.
No, so do you think it's going to be coming anytime soon? I've heard rumblings, but not enough.
People have been talking about it. I don't know, though. It's so hard to say what the Players Association is thinking and the league is thinking behind the scenes, right? So
yeah, but I'm going to say this one. You get to pad your stats, boys. Your goal don't count in the shootout, but your goal counts in overtime.
Sure.
So I'm going to look at it that way. I'm just saying to myself, every time I see it, and then you're looking like someone hits a goalpost, I'm just saying if they just went, I don't think many would glass be. It's too wide open. Someone's going to score.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
So, do you agree then we should go to the House That Happens says 7-minute overtime, please?
Ideally, I would go 10.
10, but I'm
looking for realistic. Yeah.
Walk before. I think 10 would be perfect. Every game would be over.
Yeah.
Every game would be over. There's no doubt about that. And I eventually think in time they're going to get to that. I really
think so too. I'm optimistic.
And
about that.
You know what really makes me believe that? The Americans lose their freaking mind. They think it's like a video game. I watch a lot of Yank broadcasts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Yanks say, oh, look at this. Oh, my God. We're out here. And I'm going, gee, America, what about the other 3 periods we just watched? You know what I'm kind of deal? So I'm going about that. The other one I wanted to ask you about, and this is an analytics thing, but I've seen it a couple times this week. When should you pull your goddamn goalie? And at what score?
Depends. Yeah, it depends what the score. I like to, me, I like to be a little bit aggressive with it. Basically, like it's around 2 minutes per goal you're down, I would say.
So you think Carolina?
If you're down by 3, if you're down by 3, I would pull it with 5 minutes left to go.
Okay, so Carolina pulled their goalie with 3 minutes left to go, down by 3.
Not enough time.
That's what I said too. So why pull your goalie? Stat the other team's stats? You know what I mean? Now, I agree with you lately. I will give you this. If you're within 2 goals, I will pull my goalie with 3 minutes left. And if I'm down 1 goal, I'll
depending on how the game is going, maybe even like 4.
Oh, no,
if you're all, I know, but if you're all over them, that's more of like a feel thing, If you feel that like your team is kind of like just dominating them and like is owning the puck, like why not?
Okay, well the other night I forget what it was. They were dominating, and then they jumped out with 3 minutes left, and the first shot from the corner from Heiskanen went all the way down, and then it was game over from behind the net. So I'm going that's a realistic possibility, and they were getting pinned in for a while, but he just took the puck and fired and went in, and it was still like what? Oh, gee. 3 minutes left on it?
Yeah.
Or a good 3 minutes, but they were only down by 1 goal at that point. And I thought, ooh, this is a little quick. See, every time I see it, I question, like the momentum of the game, I will give you that. Okay? Just like the other night when Etobicoke came into the third period, Carolina shot from every angle in the league, but that's part of their game. They're one of the highest shooting teams in the league.
Yeah, that's just how they play.
They play, but I mean, that type of thing goes on, or whatever the case may be. But I saw when this goaltending pulling, because you know what it is? It's an old man thing because they never did it so much, like the 4th down thing in football so much. It's the evolution of the game. But sometimes I think it's a way too early, bro. Too early. Can't you, if they got the momentum, keep the pressure on with the 5-man, maybe get a goal, pull the goalie? Because I've seen, as many times as I've seen them score in the last minute or two, and I haven't seen as much lately, I've seen that puck slither down all the way down the ice.
Well, you got nothing to lose at that point, though.
Yes and no, but I'd rather score a goal 5-on-5 with 3 minutes left and then pull the goalie to get back down to that 1.
Okay, but it doesn't work like that, though. It's harder to do, especially when the other team is like, starts playing, the press or whatever, right? Like it starts to park the bus.
I seen too many chip shots from the hash marks in the defensive zone slide into the net. Those guys practice that.
I know.
At the end of practice, they're all practicing it anyway. So I
don't like that too much, though, unless you're up by 2 goals. If you're up by a goal and you're doing that, that's a dangerous game.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I've noticed, because sometimes I go, and sometimes I see it work, or they hit the goalpost or some shit happens. I'm not going to go against that. But the bottom line is, another thing is, and I'll end this kind of talk on everything really, really quickly, is that, bro, Buddy had a hard breakaway the other night. I think it was Drabanic on Detroit. Clean cut breakaway. Clean cut. Nobody in the area code. He hit the glass up in the corner somewhere over there.
Better than pulling a Marner and passing it when you're on a breakaway.
Oh, okay.
He did that the other night. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I did. He's passing the puck way too much, in my opinion.
That's classic Marner.
Shot attempt? Was that a shot attempt?
What, missing the net?
I thought of you immediately. This kid didn't even hit the broadside of a barn door, and somewhere in a stat, he's going to put it, he had a shot attempt, and his agent's going to say, look at how many shot attempts my guy got. He's a pressure on the zone.
Okay, but that type of stuff, again, it
drives me crazy.
It levels out over 82 games.
It's creeping back into the sports net. They didn't show it for a while. I was great. I can't stand it. You can't, what did you fucked up? You had a clean cut breakaway. You didn't deke.
You didn't
shoot. You missed the goddamn net over in the corner over there, the guy in the crowd.
You're nitpicking.
I cannot accept that. That's called, in the NBA, that's called a brick. So why do we say brick attempts? Bring it to the
there's
NHL.
No goalie. There's no goalie in the NBA.
Okay, I got that. Well, let's think a new name. The house that happens, by this time next week, I'm going to think of a name that we call this idiocy called shot attempt.
Shot attempts? Or Corsi is the old school one?
A clean breakaway, bro.
I'm not defending that.
Center ice breakaway.
I got you.
If you got deked and you got burned, I got it. Hit the goalpost, I got it. Hit him fat in the crest, okay. Over there, somewhere where the
crest
pom-pom,
too is a little bit of a faux pas.
Okay, but at least it was a shot and goal. He made an effort. When it hits the girl with the pom-poms over there in the glass, you call that a shot attempt. I'm taking that to my grave. I don't get it. I just don't
Again,
get
over 82 games, this stuff tends to level out.
Analytics.
Sample size. Love this stuff.
Can I be the proprietor of being the most curmudgeonly analytics guy in North America?
You? No, come on.
Wilbon's got me beat.
I don't know about that.
When I hear him sometimes, you must hear him when he goes off, right? I jump off the coach. Hey, Andrew, I hope you hear this right now. You hear Wilbon? You hear Wilbon?
We hear this from you every show, though. Wilbon, it's like once every couple weeks.
He was pretty brutal this week because of a few things with all the quick football games and everything.
Right.
So he had a few more chances to get on that. And then don't you love when Kornheiser pokes at him?
Oh,
That's analytics. That's analytics. And I just go, oh, whatever.
A few more things around the league. So Kyle Palmieri out 6 to 8 weeks with a torn ACL, unfortunately. He makes an assist while getting off the ice.
Oh, that was insane. Did you see that?
Maybe too many men.
From that angle in the back corner, it appears to be. It's
also
very close.
So, Friedman brought up the point that it's a guy who's injured making a play. So, like, that puts the other team in an awkward position, too.
Well,
that play should have been blown dead, really.
If you're for player safety, which I think Elliot Friedman, I heard him talk to, was basically he was coming at from a player safety angle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I said, oh, Elliot, I love Elliot. The more I listen to him, you know what I mean? He's a little high on his horse, but if I would be too.
Sure.
But he's great. Who cares? When I heard that, I said, yeah, you got a point there. And then if the extra man on the ice, that was another sliver of a hair difference. But one of the angles said yes, one of the angles said no. So I don't know.
And the fact too, he was down on the ice on the other side for like that should
crawling.
have been blown dead. That should have been blown dead. That play.
Okay, well,
I mean, it's awesome for Palmieri. My cousin made a joke. He's like, I would just retire, like if I go out like that.
Yeah, and he's getting older. No, he's not that old.
Yeah, he is.
Is he? He's that old?
He's like mid-30s.
Okay.
Mid to late 30s. He's got one more year left on his contract, so we'll see if he comes back.
And he's on a fourth line.
Third, fourth line.
Yep.
Islanders are deep, so not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Singh likely out for the season with a torn ACL or an ACL injury at the Rangers. That was a gnarly play.
Oh, it was. And you know what? You know I'm a Tyler Seguin guy.
Yes.
I'm very. Did you see the way he's playing this year? Like, I mean, he'd never make
another great season.
I know he'll never make Team Canada because he's Tyler Seguin. Okay, so he's got a reputation since he left Boston. We got it. But a guy on your team is a top 6 forward, playing both ways, 2 ways, hit, bang, score, and do the shit. Yep. This could affect Dallas.
Yeah, very much so.
Could affect Dallas.
Ryan McDonough signs a 3-year extension with the Tampa Bay Lightning, $4.1 million per season. One of the best defensive defensemen in the game right now. That's a pretty good signing. And
at his age, I think that this is his last contract. He got decent money. What's he, 34 now?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, so he'll
35 maybe.
35 because he's a little older than Matheson. That's all.
Yeah,
that's and Matheson got a hair more money, and I think it's only because of the age.
And last but not least, the Olympic ice sheet in Milan, 3 or 4 feet shorter than. So I actually didn't know this. They were supposed to play with NHL size ice.
My God!
But they built it too small.
Oh my God! What are they going to do?
My dad thinks that they could fix this. I don't know how much money that's going to cost.
I heard that too. Like I've heard like people that know that. They said, you know what I heard the greatest thing ever all week is if we had taken 20 Italians from Vaughan, the place would have been built to specs a year ago. I laughed, which is kind of true. Which is good to be saying about that part of the GTA.
Well,
but this is embarrassing. Like what?
It really is.
You know what I mean? But they still got 100 days.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Okay, so what you do is you bang it out and you take out the seats. What do they forget? A penalty box? Anything else?
Make it like one penalty box like the old days.
Oh yeah, but it's just like don't they give them specs? Isn't this a basic architecture?
I don't get this, man. I don't get this.
We wanted 8x4 or 300 by whatever. 3 feet is insane.
If the NHL pulls out of the Olympics because of this, I'll be so pissed.
The world will be pissed. It's been hyped to the 9 yards. But you know who's been whispering at the NHL, though?
Who's that?
Players Association.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? Look at the speed that you're moving in the NHL and you take 3 feet away.
Yeah, it's bad news.
Ooh, you know what I mean? And I heard, I think the funniest thing I heard was that I think O-Dog said it. Did they make the board square in the corner?
Like, was it Peterborough or whatever?
Yeah, I think they said O-Dog was somewhere like where the boards are square in the corner. This is a travesty of the worst because, the whole world's going to be looking at you. You know what I mean? But I heard they could move it to Turin.
I heard that's not an option.
No?
No.
Wow.
That's the word that's not even on the table.
So that was just something that someone threw out there about a month ago, and now it's completely like, no, that's not happening?
Yeah, Freeman was saying he dug into that a little bit. He's like, there's no truth to that.
Freeman said it. I agree. Ooh, this could be, we'll keep our eye on it.
Making me nervous, bro.
I hear you.
Nervous.
I hear you.
Ready to get to our Saturday night picks?
Let's go. Habs.
All right, so last week, where are we here? You beat me 7-6.
I thought it was more, but then I blew a late game.
No, you were pretty good. It was some of the early window games you messed up. But 7 for 11, not bad.
But one of the afternoon games I was watching, what was the early afternoon game?
You chose New York over Tampa, which surprised me.
Yeah.
New York at home, not good.
It didn't work out well.
All right. So first up, we have Colorado at the New York Rangers. I'm all over Colorado here.
Because it's a road situation?
And also just Colorado.
I'll go with Colorado. They got to lose eventually.
But not tonight. Not today. Columbus at Florida. I'm on Florida at home.
Columbus is having issues after that good start, eh?
Yeah.
But they're having a goaltender problem. I think their goaltender got hurt, didn't he?
Merzlikins or the other guy?
The other guy. I think he got hurt.
Oh.
So they don't have their tandem back. That was kind of working for. One guy was playing more, but they weren't worried about second goalie.
Sure.
So we're in Florida. Florida needs a win. Saturday night.
Big time they need a win. Next up, New Jersey at Boston. New Jersey's lost 4 in a row. I'm all over the Bruins here.
5-game losing streak?
4-game. Oh, it's going to be 5 if they lose today.
I think that Boston's going to get slapped.
Really?
Geeky's got 1 million goals, though.
I know.
Eh?
I know.
Playing with Pasternak, they're deadly. But the rest of the team is not good. But they do have some good Boston's young guys on their later lines.
Yeah, they're hanging in there.
They're hanging in there. But I think tonight Jersey's a better team.
But they got injury problems.
Oh, I'm taking Jersey.
Montreal at Toronto. You know who I'm on.
Okay. Well, that's a given.
And are you on the Leafs as well?
I actually believe the Leafs are going to win, but I'm taking the Habs.
I believe the Leafs are going to win, but I'm taking the Habs.
Yep.
Okay.
Worst statement ever.
Questionable at best.
Yes.
St. Louis at Ottawa. Ottawa all day.
Yes. Yep. What's the situation? Want to keep Bennington?
For Canada?
Yeah. Stop it.
He's going to be on the team whether we like it or not.
He's terrible.
Everyone on that team is playing. Robert Thomas is playing terrible too. Like everyone, it's just a bad situation overall there in St. Louis.
He's let in some bad goals though.
Sure.
But
who's playing in front of him?
You? Me?
There you go.
Okay.
New York Islanders at Tampa Bay. I'm on the Islanders on the road.
They've been sneaky good on the road, and I'm going to take them. Their goaltending situation solid.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay not that great at home this year.
Nope. Especially on Saturday nights.
Oh, there you go.
I picked them in, for last week.
Nashville at Carolina. Hurricanes all day.
Oh, no doubt. Stamkos leaving town?
The rumor is that, was it New Jersey was circling the wagons?
Yeah.
Okay.
And suddenly Dallas propped their head up with the Sagan injury.
Oh, like looking for another center?
I don't know. Maybe they just kicked the tire, but that's your new team.
Yeah, but I don't see Nashville.
He's got a no trade.
Has he got a no trade? Division trade. Yeah, of course he's got no trade.
Taxes and all that. I don't see Stamkos. He's hot lately.
He is. Utah at Calgary. I'm actually on Calgary.
Coming alive. And Utah's had issues lately. I was very pumping their tires a little while ago.
Especially on the road.
Yes, but they seem to have, I don't know, do you think they have any shot at the playoffs?
Utah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're a solid team.
They're not out of it by any stretch.
No, but this is, Calgary's been playing better. What are they in their last 10? They're what? Oh, no, they're 5-3-2, which is better, but the minus 18, ooh. Going with Utah.
Utah on the road. Chicago at L.A. We talked about L.A.'s horrible home record. Give me the Blackhawks.
Blackhawks are a spunky team. They're in every game. Bedard's definitely on the team now, eh?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
See him the other night.
Maybe he should be, but I don't know. Team Canada's tough to crack.
Him and Celebrini should be on the team both. No questions asked, in my opinion. They've played their way onto the team. They're on it there's all those anomalies like the other night that Washington beat.
It's a right-hand shot problem, though. Canada's got a lot of good right wingers. So
teach someone to shoot on their off wing. Bedard can learn. I think they both should be on the team. I'm tired of hearing this. Well, we structure the team this. Well, we'll talk about it later. We got a lot to do that. But I think you should be on the team.
You're on the Blackhawks?
Yep.
All right, Winnipeg at Edmonton. I'm on the Oilers at home.
Winnipeg. Them in big trouble.
Yes, they are.
Got some injuries, even though Josh Morrissey is one of the best defensemen in the league.
Small, though.
Playing great. He's going to be on Team Canada, don't you think?
No.
Wow. He's been playing great hockey. Like when you think you got Makar and you got Hughes, who's after that? Werenski, Heiskanen, Morrissey.
Yeah. I wouldn't put Morrissey there.
He's got to be up there. He plays great. He's the guy that they'd be scoring more goals. From when he picks up the puck getting out of his own end. Whoo.
So who do you got?
Edmonton.
Minnesota at Vancouver. I'm on Minnesota on the road.
Vancouver on a Saturday night with all their problems. They don't even know how to win anymore. Definitely not taking Vancouver.
And last but not least, Detroit at Seattle. I went back and forth on this one, but I'm going to pick Seattle.
At home on a Saturday, I think Detroit needs to wake up. I'm going to take the Red Wings on the road.
All right, sir. Best of luck to you.
Mm-hmm.
And we are almost 2 hours through the show. We'll move this over to our soccer report. And before we get to my power rankings, we're going to talk a little bit about the World Cup draw.
I was absolutely fascinated how the whole thing went down. Because you know what confused everybody? Those 6 ones where you pulled out, and Gretzky had the unfortunate reason to do it, where it pulls it out and it says, playoff team from area code 4 will play here.
Intercontinental A, UEFA A, whatever, yeah.
But you can't play here because these guys are playing here, so we're going to put you over here. Like that goes on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like only 2 European teams
per group, yeah.
Yeah, no South American teams can be in the same draw. No African teams can be in the same draw. No Asian teams can be in the same draw. And then the Europeans, because they have more, they get it in there. It's just weird because it sounded it sounded like you're explaining a scam. It did. They were very good.
FIFA is kind of a scam. So
I was trying to explain the white flat. The bald-headed guy.
Yeah. I
said his middle name's corrupt. I put him out
he used to be worse before him.
I know. He was pretty respectable, I thought. Yeah. But in any event, I thought the whole thing, as I said previously in the show, the entertainment factor and all that was great. The draw, the way that was presented. It got a little tedious at the end. Thank God Shaq was funny about it. But I just got a little why couldn't they have everybody play? And these games aren't even till March.
Oh, the playoff games.
Yeah. They're not even till March. Oh, a lot could happen between now and March.
Sure. Why is that an issue, though?
I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. I've never, as I'm becoming accustomed to the way they do things in the world of footy, I guess it's been going on since 1900. Who am I to say to change it now?
Well, the first World Cup was 1930, but
whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is, you didn't see it, right?
No.
Every time it was like a 5-minute explanation of why we're doing this, and every time when you talk too much about what you're doing, sometimes I go, why? Why are you telling me so much?
All right, so the groups we have Group A, which is Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and then the winner of UEFA Path D, which is between Czechia, Ireland, Denmark, and North Macedonia.
I think Denmark will get in.
Don't count out Czechia. Czechia.
Both of them. Will be one of the two. And
well, they obviously can. Well.
No, but what is it though? But what I'm saying, they get they'll play and then they play each other, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So.
And then Group B, Canada, Qatar, Switzerland, and UEFA Path A, which is between Italy, Bosnia, Wales, and Northern Ireland.
Canada got a good draw, I think.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, it depends who comes out of that UEFA spot.
Well, everybody
Switzerland
in Toronto
Switzerland plays tough. They're a very good defensive team.
Qatar, Wales.
And Wales has a little bit of beef with Canada now, too. So that could make it interesting.
Yep.
Low-key, I hope it's Wales a little bit. I mean, I hope it's Italy, but I mean, I'm not exactly confident in that. But, I mean, for Canada to be either top 2 or one of the 8 best third-place teams, very realistic.
Win one game, and you're in the hunt.
Of course.
Win one
if you
game.
beat Qatar.
You just got to win one game and have that point, that goal differential, because you got to figure it. There's 12. What is it now? There's 12 brackets.
Like how many groups?
How many groups?
12.
12. Okay, so then you have top 2 is 24, and the 8 best third to place teams, right?
32, yeah.
So all you got to do is win a game, which we've never done.
No, but I mean, I'm confident we can this time.
Me too. I thought it was a favorable draw.
Group C, Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland.
That's a little bit tougher, don't you think? Brazil just skate their way through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Group D, USA, Paraguay, Australia, and then UEFA Path C, which is Slovakia, Kosovo, Turkey, and Romania.
Ooh.
I think that's a good draw for USA.
Not bad.
Yeah. Group E, Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador.
I thought Germans got the greatest. They're skating.
Yeah, I mean, Ivory Coast they're usually a pretty good squad, but Germany should win this group easily.
I don't even think they'll lose a game.
Probably not.
No.
Group F, Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia, and then UEFA Group Path B, which is Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, Albania. So this is made to order for Netherlands, basically.
What, to win that?
Yeah, to win that group.
Japanese have been very good the last couple World Cups.
They're
count
good.
them out.
They're good.
And who did you say is the 4 teams there?
Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, Albania.
Poland gets in. They're always because they had a little bit of trouble getting here. People thought they should have been qualified already, and they did.
Well, they still got to make it.
If they make it, nobody will want to play them. That group will be a little bit tougher than people realize.
We'll see.
In my opinion.
Then Group G, Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand.
Belgium skating.
They should. They choke later in the tournament.
But they'll win that.
Group H, Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. So
Uruguay is the only team that Spain's got to worry about. They're going to beat them anyway.
Pretty much.
So they're going to.
Saudi Arabia was pretty formidable last time, though.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yeah, but this is Spain we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. They're the favorites coming in. Group I, France, Senegal, Norway, and then Intercontinental Path 2, which is between Bolivia, Suriname, and Iraq. France is going to skate to victory there.
Yes. I think it was set up that way, the way they do it. Like all those big teams are going to go on.
I mean, Norway's got Holland, though.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But it's the expansion of the going from 32 to 48 teams, isn't it? That's what made the difference.
Oh, sure. Yeah, more spread out. Group J, we have Argentina, Algeria, Austria, the 3 A's, and Jordan.
Once again, Argentina.
Yeah, they're going to skate over everybody. Group K, Portugal, Uzbekistan, Colombia, and then Intercontinental Path 1, which is between New Caledonia, Jamaica, and the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Good luck, Jamaica.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's cool they made it.
Yep.
Or actually, they haven't made it yet. But.
What's the top team there again?
Portugal.
Oh, yeah. That was a good draw for them.
Very, very good. Colombia, we'll see.
Oh, yeah. They're always, you never know.
James Rodriguez doesn't do well with this club, but he always shows up for Colombia. So
the bottom line is we won't really know until we see a game or two. You know, we're all speculating because, you get there and all of a sudden, like 1 year, like Ghana did something or some team did something crazy.
Yeah, but usually like the lead up to, you can see how the team is going.
I think all the top teams are going to go on the way it's spread out.
Sure. And then we have, this is probably the group of death, Group L, England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama.
England got the tough one there, right?
Yeah, they do.
Because you never know what Ghana's going to do.
Panama's pretty formidable.
Mm-hmm.
Croatia, we've seen what they've done.
Yes.
So we'll see.
It could. I still expect Croatia and England to come out of there.
Anything else you want to add?
No, but it was just, the hype on this is going to be unbelievable. I just hope it doesn't increase my taxes.
Okay. So actually a little bit in local news for soccer. So York United FC of the Canadian Premier League rebrands as Inter Toronto FC. They changed their colors from green and blue to blue and gold, and they are considering moving from York Lions Stadium to Lamport Stadium with some renovations potentially.
Lamport's a cool place.
Yeah.
Old school place.
I like Lamport.
I do too.
MLS Cup. So Vancouver Whitecaps defeated. They won at San Diego FC 3-1 in the conference finals. Inter Miami crushed New York City FC 5-1. So it's Inter Miami CF versus Vancouver Whitecaps FC today for the MLS Cup.
It's today?
Yep.
Miami's going to win.
Don't count out Vancouver.
No, but I'm just looking at it this way. Messi's got the boys motivated. He goes in the dressing room and listen, I got a private plane. We got a party in Argentina. I've won everything that I've ever been involved in my life. Might as well put this on the mantle.
We'll see. Not that easy.
And then he says he's not sure if he's playing in the World Cup.
He always does that song and dance. Like the time when he lost in the finals, like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to play for Argentina. I'm retiring from the national team. He's Mr. Drama when it comes to that shit. Shut up, Messi. You're going to play.
Yeah.
Power rankings for Europe. So, number 5, they were ranked number 4 on my list. Or, sorry, they were ranked number 5 on my list last week. They are 4th place in the Premier League. It is Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 on my list. They were not ranked last week. They're first in La Liga. It's Barcelona.
Had a good game last week, right?
Yes, they did. And, on Tuesday as well.
Is that who Yamal plays for?
Yes, he does.
You know what blew my mind? My wife asked about him. That's how big that kid's getting.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you know how a player big is getting. My wife would know a soccer ball from a freaking football. And she goes, isn't there some young guy from Spain playing? I went, oh, good for him.
There you go. He's becoming a superstar. Number 3, they were ranked here last week as well. They are second in La Liga, Real Madrid.
Yep.
Number 2, they were here last week as well. They are first in the Bundesliga. It's Bayern Munich. And number 1, holding firm, the top team in the Premier League, undefeated in Champions League, or perfect in Champions League, I should say, Arsenal.
Yeah.
PSG off my list.
Didn't Bayern Munich kick the shit out of somebody this week?
When they're league, they always do.
I've seen some great goals this week.
Oh, yeah. So
I've seen some really good goals.
So around the league, Monaco topped PSG 1-0 on Saturday, despite being a man down for the final 10 minutes. Chelsea got the home draw versus first place Arsenal 1-1 on Sunday. And Barcelona, we alluded to this before, they triumphed over Atletico Madrid 3-1 on Tuesday in a pretty dominating victory. The only match I got here to watch out for is Napoli. They host Juventus tomorrow.
Oh.
And we also have Champions League coming up. Match day 6. This is the final one before we head to the New Year's. There's going to be 2 more of league stage games before we get to the knockout round. But for now, we got Bayern hosting Sporting on Tuesday. Atalanta welcomes Chelsea. Inter will play Liverpool and Milan.
Ooh, that's a good game.
That will be.
Yeah.
And Real Madrid plays Man City in Madrid on Wednesday. Anything else you want to add for soccer?
No, but this Champions thing is tightening up, right?
It really is.
It'll be done before the World Cup, though, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That'll be the Champions League final, and then that goes right into World Cup.
Yeah. So these guys don't get much of a break, do they?
Not if you go to the Champions League final.
Wow.
Mind you, you're playing once a week, basically, soccer.
You're good. You're a good athlete.
All right, we'll turn this over from the world's favorite sport to a quickly rising sport in the world. It's the NBA. So the Raptors, losers of 4 of their last 5, I should say. They lost 118-111 at Charlotte. They lost 116-94 at New York. They beat Portland at home 121-118, but then they lose at home versus the Lakers 123-120 with no Luka in the lineup. And last night, possibly their worst loss of the season.
Undoubtedly.
111-86 at home to Charlotte. Time to panic?
No, Scotty Barnes just being named Defensive Player of the Year. Their shot wasn't going down.
What do you mean he was named Defensive Player of the Year?
I mean Defensive Player of the Month.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Defensive Player of the Month.
Oh, okay.
What the Raptors have to know is their identity. First of all, they're not big enough in the middle. That's their problem, okay? What happens is when you start to get into a shootout with another team, I don't know if we're good enough to three-point anybody.
No.
So why don't we shoot in rhythm? Our shooting percentage was terrible last night. We had a good chance against the Lakers to win, but what did we do? We threw up 2 or 3 ill-advised threes out of rhythm at a point in the game where it ended up costing us. But then every team in the league does that. They get behind. All they do is fire threes up. Should just look at the formula like OKC. They shoot threes, but you go inside first. And if you look at the top teams at the NBA standings right now, or the teams that are making noise, they all play from inside out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that seems to be where the league is going, because if your shooting's not on your 3 points and you keep doing them, it's just Clang City and transaction points going the other way. Fast break points going the other way. I think the Raptors got a little bit away from their identity. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so and that's what hurts them. I still think they're going to be solid. I think that the East is so weak that they're still going to there'll be no problem getting the playoff. But if you see their next 5 games, that's going to start separating the men from the boys.
Well, in the East, too, the haves and the have-nots are starting to separate themselves. Like that number
way
10,
more than hockey.
The number 10 seed for that play-in game, that's going to be a garbage team going in there.
No doubt about it. And I don't want us to hype up that Toronto's going to be like a number 1 seed in the Emirates Cup. Okay? Please. Be nice, we'll get some national TV exposure.
It's a notch on the belt.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm liking because there's a few analysts around that are saying that team up in Toronto is better than people realizing. Scotty Barnes is easily top 5 best two-way player in the league.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. You see Scotty play?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Both ends.
He's turned up his game a notch.
Oh, unbelievable. And now we know why James is named to Scotty's.
Why is that?
Did you see? It was hype for the commercial.
Oh, is that? Okay, I should have figured.
But you see, the next time he came up and the commercial comes up, he's at the press box with the Scotties and the dog. Very good marketing on his part just to be deadpanned at a freaking press conference saying, I'm changing my name to Scotties. Scotties. Can you get my name right, Scotties? And 2 days later, the freaking commercial's released. Great marketing.
Of course. When is the next? So Tuesday is the quarterfinal for NBA Cup. So Toronto hosts the New York Knicks. Hopefully a little bit of a revenge match there.
Yes, we should have played better. I think we were a little. I think we're a little burned out at that point from the way the schedule was going. I don't know. I don't really believe that these are NBA players. I just think that the Raptors have to stick to their formula where you play inside first and keep that D up. They got a lot of dogs. That rookie's good. Sheed's good. Walter's been playing great. Grady Dick's been a little better, especially defensively. But that Mullah, his name, I don't want to screw it up again. He's been a godsend. But Portal is not strong enough to play. Not enough to play 40 minutes a night. Gets pushed around a bit. We do need some more help in the center if we want to go there.
Is Mamu Kalashvili. Not Kalasha. Mamu Kalashvili.
Mamu Kalashvili. Good.
Billy.
My what do you call it? Not pronunciation, my italics, whatever the case. I love the guy. Yes. I love that guy. He's there, but we don't have enough strength down the middle.
No.
And and you start saying about the teams that are going to win, the Pistons are unbelievable. Strength in the center. Cade Cunningham is one of my favorite players in the league by far. That guy's, if he's not a superstar, then you're not watching that team. But they have strength in the middle. Of course, the Knicks have strength in the middle. And the rest of the teams we can battle with. Embiid comes back. Philadelphia could be a threat because they're good, but they need some help. But they're not in the picture right now. But
they're 7th in the East.
They could come around because that Maxey is another guy that's been playing like crazy. But it's very interesting because we always talk about the quality of the games between hockey and NBA. And I'm sorry, for the second year in a row, the quality of games I find most times in the NHL are higher entertainment. Because you get those blowouts going on in the NBA. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
The NBA feels like, too, like, there's so many teams that are just fucking shit.
Exactly. That's the biggest problem. So when you start seeing it right now, all those teams that are below the line, Charlotte, Brooklyn, Indiana, and Washington, they ain't going nowhere. Portland,
half
Memphis,
the league is under there's 14 teams that are under 500.
Exactly.
It's bad.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, what does that do? It affects the quality of the game.
Yeah.
So you come out there and you see shitty games.
And we're not even talking about just like, barely below 500. No, like well below 500.
Terrible. But then again, it's like I said, they always want parity. It's the way you build your team and the way you play. Once you get, like, Detroit's been building for 2 or 3 years now. So they're mapping.
Sure.
They're getting there. I think Portland, who we beat the other night, who was hanging on to a 10 spot, they remind me of the Raptors a year or two ago, where we had some pieces. We got to put it together. Let's keep going forward. So I think Portland's a year away. They battled us hard. They got a bunch of young kids in that team that are going to be dogs. But like some of these teams are old-timers teams. What's going on with the Clippers?
I don't know. They seem to think Chris Paul was a problem.
I'm going to say that's one of the worst things that I've ever seen happen to a player of that stature in my life.
I was shocked that they tossed him overboard.
The way that they tossed him overboard. You're on a 5-game road trip.
Yeah.
You send the man home. That's disrespectful. You could have gone through the road trip, came back home, and said, we've made an agreement, let's go on.
What was worse, that or when Florida tossed out the coach and called in the cab in Carolina? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. That's a coach, though.
Still.
Not on the stature of Chris Paul. That was brutal, too. That was very brutal. But this Chris Paul, leader of the Players Union, 20 years, easily top 10, some people argue top 5 point guard of all time. Weird leader in his own way. Word around the campfire.
Definitely the best point guard of his generation.
Oh, yeah. And the issue is, and I've heard 2 or 3 big people say it, or big sports people that are really behind the scenes of basketball say the whole thing is this. Chris Paul's not out to make friends. He's out to win.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to tell you when you suck. Some people can't really take that. And when you got Kawhi as the point man in your dressing room who doesn't talk to anybody, we got issues.
So it's a dressing room issue, you're saying?
Yeah, whatever. And the general manager's in it, and Ty Lue said he didn't make the decision. It's just a soap opera. Let's not talk about the Clippers because they're not going anywhere. They are 6-17. Okay? Dallas Mavericks lose a couple guys, 8-16. Where are they going? Nowhere. So that's what's going to happen. So what now is like, we're into the season now. What are we, almost 30 games, 25, 26 games?
Yeah, we're like a third of the way through.
Okay, so what I do now when I get on at night, because I get to watch sports anytime I want, I look down the schedule of games and I say, okay, I'm going to put on these games. They're going to be interesting. Do you know how many NBA games that this early in the season I've skipped? I just look at that. Oh, OKC is playing Utah at home.
Next.
Yeah, the Lakers are playing... I don't know, the Clippers at home. Next. You know what I mean? It's just brutal. Oh, the Pistons are playing Washington at home. Next. You know, you watch it for a while because you like to see the players, but you get to halftime and they're up by 15. And how many games, it's really interesting, so you talk about load management. You know how many games I've seen this year, OKC, last 5 minutes, you don't see Shea on the floor?
Oh, yeah.
It's a smart move, really. When you think about it, Cade Cunningham, all the wins you see Cade in the sidelines, waving to the crowd. That's when you know you've built a good team.
Well, because they're up by so much.
They're just killing
And OKC's won 14 in a row now, 22-1 on the year.
Unfreaking believable. And you know what really blows my mind, and I had this in my notes because I really wanted to bring this up, is the fact that I have never seen a team of this level doing stuff in sports at such a high level and historic rate. It's the quietest I've ever heard in sports. Why? If they were New York or if they were LA or they were Chicago, if they were any, like, how can you just not? They're so far over there. It's unbelievable.
That works to their advantage, I would say, because they're kind of just like laying low. You know, no one's really talking about them that much. They probably like it that way.
Yes and no. But let's just.
Why not? No, that's exactly what you want if you're a top team like that. Because you don't want that target on your back.
I want respect.
Okay, well, I want respect from my peers. I don't care about the media. It's about my peers. And, of course, they get respect from the other players in the league. Come on.
Because they are the best team in the league. But I'm just saying that how nobody really, they'll talk about, like, the Chris Paul situation. They'll talk about, what do you think of the Giannis situation right now? Because always a soap opera in the NBA. That's what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? Like, the thing that I'll put it, I'll give a little bit of analogy. Here's how it works. The Dallas Cowboys fart. Everyone wants to know what it smells like.
Sure.
OKC's on a historic run. Oh, yeah, it's just OKC over there. You know, down Oklahoma. Boring little town. You know, they're over there 14-1, killing teams.
22-1.
22-1, yeah, and killing teams. And every night, like I said, Shea, Holmgren, the boys sitting on the bench. Where are we going smoking after the game, guys? It's absolutely insane. And that's why I'm saying we're going to get mid-season in the NBA. And you want to talk about that mid-season lull? Oh, my God. What the NBA usually does, then we'll get back to the playoffs, and everyone's going to forget about how shit our league is.
Well, I'm just surprised with OKC, going back to that, like how many people were just so quick to dismiss them winning a championship again this year.
Hence my point about now off to a record start.
You as well, though.
What's that?
Because I was like, OKC's going to win this year. Like,
yeah, I did. I said, let's see how they're going because nobody seems to be able to repeat. And
I don't know. They seem like they're going to buck the trend.
Nowadays, but you got to forget, they played 2 Game 7s on their way to a championship.
Okay.
Okay, and they won. Okay,
Yeah.
so does that when you play 2 game sevens going to the championship, that shows your medal. But that doesn't say that you're that far above everybody when you got to go to game 7 to beat them.
Well, it's playoffs. It's best of the best.
Okay, so there you go, and they've did it. But now look what they're going on that. They've doubled down on that. Oh, what do you mean we lost in 2 games in 7? Okay, we're going to go back and show you. That's what I think. And they got all those picks to come in. That team's going nowhere for the next 5 years.
I agree.
And when you think about it, here's this Frank guy who kicked Chris Paul to the curb. How come nobody talks about you gave 3 first-round draft picks and Shea Alexander away? And you still have your job?
For Paul George, who's gone now.
Dun, 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 dun. Come on. It's just brutal. There's no way. And I really believe that about the NBA. I'm going to say by midseason, I'm going to probably be going, yeah, okay.
Anything else for the NBA?
Nah, we'll wait. Just Raptors, tie your shoes tighter, please.
All right, we'll move this to the fastest sport in the world, Formula One.
Wow.
Coming off an exciting weekend in Qatar. First, we have the sprint. Oscar won the sprint from pole. Russell and Norris completing the podium. Max, despite not having the best qualifying there, finished 4th. His teammate Yuki Tsunoda 5, Kimi Antonelli 6th, Fernando Alonso 7th, and Carlos Sainz completing the points. But of course, we all want to talk about the race, right?
Yes.
All right, so Oscar was on pole for this one. Pirelli mandated 2 stops because of the conditions, so kind of changed things up a little bit, made things very interesting right away.
Yep.
Max ended up winning the race after McLaren bungles the early pit window with the safety car. Essentially, everyone decided to pit early except for McLaren, so Max was right back on their tails with fresh tires.
Oh, it was unbelievable. Full disclosure, everyone, I'm learning more about F1 every day, and before the show started, we actually went through the real time of the race because I just wanted to make sure, like, how did this happen? This is just something we've been talking about all year with McLaren. This is now officially a mismanagement affair.
Hell yeah, it is.
You know, and I did not realize when you do something like this, like we were just saying when it all went down, what was it, lap 9? Lap 10?
A little bit earlier, like 7 or 8.
Okay, by lap 12, did you have any doubt that Max was going to lose this race?
I figured he had it in the bag at that point.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. And it was just how that evolved so early in a race. When you have the car with pace, you've already won the constructors. And you got
in dominant fashion,
and you got 2 little boys driving man's cars.
Ooh. So Oscar and Sainz completed the podium. This is Oscar's first podium since Italy on September 7th, by the way. So 3 months essentially between podiums almost. Lando 4th, Kimi Antonelli 5th. Lando just passed him basically on that final lap.
Yep.
Russell 6th, Alonso 7th, Leclerc 8th, Lawson 9, and Tsunoda completing the points. But my favorite here was just Max kind of talking smack all week, saying he would have won the championship way earlier if he was in that McLaren. And I mean, I don't know how much earlier he would have won it, but I feel like he would have had it already.
Oh, yeah, the last race would have been just a coronation. You know what it is? As we were talking before the show is, people, if you want to know this, every sport has their weird dramas. And all you have to do is sometimes put athletes in front of microphones in pressure times, and sometimes you'll see a little bit of personality traits. Hence the reason I said little boys driving men's cars. You know, and first of all, that interview where Lando just sounded like a little bitch, he wasn't even looking. They weren't even looking at each other. They almost had their backs to each other.
So they had like Max and the 2 McLaren drivers, Lando and Oscar, they're all being interviewed together. The body language of Oscar and Lando was so awkward.
Beyond awkward. And then Lando does that little spiel. And you know the best thing is? The James Bond villain with his hand over his knee looking at these guys like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, what confidence do you have? You're got a better car. You've won the constructors, sitting by the best drivers in the world, and he's making you nervous. And you can't even get your shit together with your own teammate because the big question is who's gonna concede to who. That's not happening. I'd love to see Zach Brown. Hey, let's call up Kopitar. See, he's been talking to Zach this week. What's Zach's plan for this thing? Because he's become a wallflower right now, in my opinion, compared to the feisty guy, coming to the mic, defending his team. We're going to do it this way. We're going to blah, blah, blah. Where has that gone to?
Max is in everyone's heads at McLaren, it looks like.
Obviously, but like, remember, you know what I'm
Is
saying?
it the orange maybe? Like, because he's Dutch, he's got the orange too. It's like, I don't know, rubbing off on them. I don't know.
I have no idea, but I'm just saying, remember this time last year and the year before? Like, Zach Brown sounded like a guy, I'm running through a wall. We're going, and this year, where is that gone?
He's gone.
And not only that, I don't know what he was talking about when they got him after the race about the whole changing the tire stuff. I'm not saying he sounded like an amateur, but he beat around the bush trying to explain a miscalculation by you, who is the head guy on this whole game, and the whole world watch you fuck it up by 9 laps. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable. That's why I had to watch again, because people, when you understand this, I understand the combine, the tires, and the weather. I didn't quite understand the safety car getting in and out. I understand it a lot more now. But to be a professional on this level and let your race go by the 12th lap on 57, ooh, how did they get through the rest of the year? Because the because the condition of their car.
So coming into Abu Dhabi this weekend, Max is 12 points back of Lando for first. Oscar is 16 points back. All 3 drivers are tied with 7 wins apiece, too, which is pretty cool.
Yes. So what is it? Max wins, he wins, right?
No. So if Lando's on the podium, he clinches the title no matter what.
If Lando's on, oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Which is 50-50.
Max needs to get, 13 points more than Lando to win.
So if he even came in second and Lando didn't finish, he'd be good, right?
Yep. He'd have the title.
Yeah, because I have a sneaking suspicion, and I don't want to be Nostradamus or anything, but I think between those 2 McLaren boys, both having a chance to win the title, that they're going to do something to fuck each other up.
Maybe.
And look all we have. We have a large sample size of what's going on in 2025, and the sample size tells me this. I bet you get the last 15 laps, and they're not listening to the freaking guy and the head guy. He ain't listening to Zach.
I'll take it here. Turn 1, if they're beside each other, what the fuck happens?
Knock each other out, and Max smokes weed for the rest of the race. That's a realistic possibility. And they're both terrible off the start.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so when you combine that with Noah Max is going, hey, buddy, how you doing? Talked to your girlfriend last night. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be a great way to end the season, considering the constructors has been decided on. Our interest has been held by the actual racing on the track.
Cool. Having 3 drivers in contention in the final race, like this is what you This is why you watch.
Exactly. And you know why Max is so cool? Remember about a month ago, he goes, pretty well over for me.
Yeah.
Pretty well over.
It was the Brazil race, I think he said that. Yeah,
pretty well over. We'll have to wait and see. You know what I mean? Not saying he couldn't do it, but he goes, well, we'll see how the car goes and goes on. But you didn't hear him doing any of that freaking little boy shit. You know what I mean?
No.
I was really happy for Carlos Sainz to there. Do you think this is the end of the road for Alonso too? He's racing.
No, he's got the lifetime contract there.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
So you're going to just keep on racing?
As long as he wants to be there. Although there's rumors of Leclerc going to Aston Martin. I don't know how that's going to work out, but
he's a good driver, Alonso.
He is.
Are you guys going?
He's old though.
Exactly. It's a young man's game. You guys are going to do that show, I hope.
Yes. I'm talking about that with Marco. We're probably going to record that either like the weekend of Christmas or New Year's, so we'll see.
Yeah, good. I'll be looking forward to that. It'll be something I'll learn, and I'm stepping away because you don't need a Ernie and Bert in a Harvard classroom. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess I'll tease this a little bit. So me and Marco Giovanetti, who's been our F1 guest these last few weeks, we've had him on a couple times. He's going to be back on next week to wrap up the season as well.
I wish he was on today. I meant to tell you.
But. We're going to do a little show, me and him, ranking all 21 drivers from best to worst.
Excellent.
So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Isaac Hadjar getting promoted to Red Bull next season as well.
Good for him. I think the guy that's going to make the most advancement next year in F1 is going to be Antonelli.
Oh, well, especially if Mercedes has a winning car.
Yeah, I see that guy on the rise. He's got everything you need in a F1 driver at his age.
Yeah.
Like he's got all. Okay, he's young, and this was a great year of experience for him. But his tact on the track.
Oh yeah.
With the right car, he smells like that's a guy. He ain't Lance Stroll.
And he's coming into form late in the season too.
He you know what he does? Sometimes he gets a little close. They say with the cars. So people veer off and he gets away with it. They say he's going to learn to do that because sometimes that could cost him some penalty shots or penalty seconds or whatever they call that nonsense. The stewards, I wonder if they're paid differently at every track. I don't know. It's another thing I got to learn about. But I really like the kid.
Anything else you want to add for F1?
No, but I'll be watching the race. That's going to be that's going to be on today, right?
Qualifying today, race tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning,
8 o'clock.
Yeah, I will definitely. I'm looking forward. That's going to be one of the things I'm looking forward all week.
All right. A little quick update on the PWHL. So the Scepters fell in their home opener Saturday versus Boston 3-1. Captain Blair Turnbull with the lone Toronto goal. But the Scepters rebounded on Thursday with the win 3-1 over Ottawa. Outshot them 37-17. Darryl Watts with a goal and an assist in that one.
Good. Now, speaking of women in hockey, I'm having a brain fart. She just got into the Hall of Fame. She's on the Sportsnet.
On Sportsnet? Oh, God.
We're killing her. We should go stand in the corner.
I know.
Okay. Her and
Jennifer Botterill.
Oh, thank you. Jennifer, we love you. And Ledger, that's on Sportsnet. I mean, on TSN. Let's give credit where credit is due. I watch a lot of announcers on TV, and sometimes I'm suspect by people that are on the air for why I don't know. But when you see people that are really, really good at what they're doing, let's just take everything out of it except for the fact that they're freaking good. Mm-hmm. I'm really enjoying her commentary some nights. She sees things that I go, wow. You know, that girl with the glasses on TSN.
Well, she's Botterill's a Harvard grad, isn't she?
Something like that. She's just, she talks about angles. I go, wow, girl, I love that. So that's what I'm looking for. I don't care who you are. I just want a human that goes up there and does a good job as her. Because I think the girl on TSN that's on the panel with that panel, I don't think she's that good. She's bombastic, if nothing else. But I really like Jennifer's comments and Miss Ledger. Some of the people on the TSN panel we can pick at, but that's I don't think she's the only problem. Okay, but and then you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I just want to shout out to them because we love O-Dog though. What? We love O-Dog. How can you not? Gnarliest guy on television, gnarliest. Yeah. But you know what? He tells the truth. He's authentic, which makes it good. Just don't talk about baseball. No. And that'll take us into MLB offseason. Isn't this the greatest offseason after the greatest season ever? Well, we'll see. Still building up. By the way, upon further review, Dylan Cease will be the opening day starter for the Blue Jays. Are you kidding me? Money talks. That's disrespect. You want to make a bet? Okay. I'll bet you a beer. Gosman. Injury provided. Of course. Gosman. Cease. Okay. That's on record right now. December 6th. 2025, the opening day starter in 2026. Oh, no, we're in 2025. The opening day starter on March 26th will be Gosman. It will be Dylan Cease. Okay, we shall see. The Jays also signed the Korean Baseball League MVP pitcher Cody Ponce to a 3-year deal, $30 million, make his rebound to the MLB. Okay, this guy's numbers, he's a superstar in that league. Not in just Korea, yeah. Well, he won MVP as a pitcher. As a pitcher. He is unbelievable. Now, everyone says $30 million for this guy. Don't you think other people had interest in him? Of course. Okay, so let's cut to the chase here. Old man Rogers is going spend. I watched The Hot Stove a lot, and do you know what they opened with the other day? The first statement they said, who are the Jays not involved with? I loved it. They named off 6 guys, and Toronto's in the door. But here's what's a double down on it. This isn't Ohtani. This isn't Soto. This isn't Yamamoto. We knew basically what they were all about. These are all mercenaries looking for the highest buck. Who's going in with the room with the highest buck? It looks like the Blue Jays. Thank you very much. So I think we're far from done. We're going to add more to the bullpen. I wonder where this guy's going to go. Of course, you're going to get your 6 starters at the beginning of the year. Sure. Don't worry. You're going to be there. I still say they got to pump up the bullpen. But the biggest question is right now, and it's been coming up with people, is this. One of the trademarks of the Toronto Blue Jays is keep the ball in play and play defense. Mm-hmm. They're in serious trouble in maintaining that level of defense if they make configurations differently due to players and money. In this respect, I don't care if we sign Kyle Tucker. I know he'll be a great left-handed bat. He's not coming here. They say right now that he's going to other teams to see if they'll offer him more.
I heard he met with the Blue Jays, like they took him to Dunedin. I heard that. I don't see it, though.
Then what's taking so long? They're letting Bo go out there because remember, there's a rumor now.
Yeah, you're dancing the dance, you know.
Okay, so is this no? Now let's put this into perspective. And I've heard this from more than one, including Keegan Matheson. Very quietly, the Blue Jays offered Bo a contract just after the All-Star break. No, allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly. Nobody's saying for sure. So what's taking the Blue Jays so long? They said, let's both go chase the market. So what are they leaving Bo hang out to dry? Are they going to piss him off, or does Bo want to be here for so much? Because the word around the campfire is
if that's the case, it sounds like Bo wants to test the market.
Yeah, so then the Jays will say, screw you. If that's your issue, go find out. We'll get back to you later. So that's why it's going to be hanging on. But we got the winter meetings this week.
Sure.
That could change a lot of things. So,
Brios on the trade block, it looks like. Bless you.
Brios ain't coming back.
Doesn't look like it.
Didn't I tell you he was not at the World Series game?
That is, I did a little digging on that. That seems to be a little debatable. No one's giving a straight answer.
We didn't see him.
Someone said they thought they saw him in a couple of the World Series games.
I hope so, but his time for this city is gone.
Well, it sounds like his ego is a little bruised after the Jays basically
you go.
had no intention of bringing him back from the IL.
No, and that ego is the biggest thing in an athlete, which you better have some of it or you better not play, but sometimes it gets in the way. I wouldn't mind Brios back. He's only had one injury in his career, and the fact that he's only 32 years old.
He'd be a great addition to the rotation.
He's going to be there, but it's sounding like there's some sour grapes going on, so I don't know
definitely.
what's going on. So let's just say the marketplace right now. What would you give Bo? I'm going with the 220. I said 250 before. I'm maintaining that level of 225 to 250.
Yeah, that sounds realistic.
You know, and if it gets to 300, good for him.
I don't think that's going to happen, though.
The word around the campfire, though, is if Bo comes back to the Toronto Blue Jays, he will not be a shortstop. Is that a sticking point?
For him?
I don't know, but that everywhere you hear from anybody, even on the Yanks, are saying it. What's keeping it going is the other teams are going, we'll make you a shortstop. But we've seen the metrics. Aren't we in an analytics world?
So you know what we think about? Day one, we started this podcast. Bo's a second baseman. Okay, we've been saying it for years.
We're cemented in that, and we want Bo. We want Bo as a second baseman.
Yes.
You know, but
Jimenez is our shortstop.
Oh no, ready to get a Gold Glove.
There you go.
On our way to a Gold Glove. It's just very interesting. Is like what I do now is, and everybody's trying to do this. Whenever you do, go and see what they're saying in other cities, because of course ours is always sauced a different way because we're in the hometown. So go listen to what people are saying around other networks, other podcasts, other thing about baseball. You can't get away from what the Toronto Blue Jays are doing. They're blowing the people away, just blowing people from all the the Verducci's, guys like that. They're Jeff Passons. All these guys are going, whoa! The Rogers monolith has decided to move. Pay Bo. Like, sit down. He wants to stay here. He wants to be a career move. What is the deal? If we overpay him, why not? You know what? If we sign these guys up, we'll have $1 billion on the line in contracts by the opening day next year. Doesn't scare me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Doesn't
it's not my money.
Well, Rogers has got it. They don't even have to open the books. Like, finally, people are realizing we are as big a team in baseball as anybody when it comes to money. So we're there, and what we got in this city, I'm glad old man Rogers wants to bring it back. Just sign Bo. I don't want Tucker because we still got to deal with Santander.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, we got Schneider and, oh my God, what's his name? Left-handed bat.
Lucas,
thank you.
Okay, and we're good there. But Santander's going to come back and at us with 30 and 80. I really believe that because he's a professional hitter. But that means, and Springer's not going to have the year he has last year. Maybe he won't. I don't know. But let's just, and the thing is, Tucker will be better as a left-handed hitter to back up Guerrero when we get to 29 and 30 seasons. We're talking about.
I'd rather just keep Bo. Devil you know versus the devil you don't.
Exactly. He knows the city. He's a great at-bat. He's becoming a constant enigma in the history of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Bichette?
Yes.
In what way?
Well, they were dragging his dick in the dirt last year when he was having those injuries. This is going to be his career. Remember all that things they were saying?
Well, 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, and then, what happened to this guy? Well, he's all the way back. People have injuries. Come on.
Sure.
You know, so I think that he's going to be fine. I would sign him in a minute.
Oh, me too.
Let's go after Suarez, though. Let's go after Michael King. There's 5 or 6 guys that we could talk about all day, but I'm really glad that the Blue Jays are front and center of every player that comes up. Anybody of stature.
Oh, of course. So before we get to a couple more signings around the league, so there was talk about moving Varland to a starter next season, but I guess with these signings, that's null and void.
Let's keep Varland, though.
No, I agree. He's going to be around here, but it's going to be as a reliever, which I'm fine with. He's Mr. Rubber Arm. Throw him out there every day, right?
Exactly. No, I agree with that, too. Like, he's under contract, too, isn't he?
Or at least under team control.
Under team control, yeah. So, no, he'll be back, but he's not our starter.
No. I would have been curious to see what that would have looked like, but...
Me too, but considering the condition of the bullpen, please, buddy, stay there.
Bring back Bassett as a reliever, too.
And Lauer?
Lauer is on team control as well.
So we'll have Lauer, Bassett.
Well, Bassett's not back yet.
Well, I don't think he is going to be back. And we're going to keep Hoffman.
Yeah, Hoffman's going to be around.
Okay, so that means we got to fill the other 4 spots.
We need to get a closer.
Is Gimenez the guy?
Gimenez.
Yeah, Jimmy Gimenez. Is he going to be back next year, whatever his name is? Jaime. Remember he was great at the beginning of the year?
Jimmy Garcia.
Jimmy Garcia.
Oh, yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, that he's another guy that we got to think to be back here.
If he's healthy and ready to go, he's a good 7th, 8th inning option.
There's a funny rumor out there, okay? This guy Pounce that's coming from Korea, he developed a changeup.
Okay.
And he's got a little bit more on his fastball than he was in the majors. Combine this with Pete Walker. Would you sign a guy for $30 million to be a closer?
Oh, you're thinking they're going to make him a closer?
You can't at that money. They say he's automatically a starter. But
that's like a worst case scenario kind of thing.
No, but if he comes into spring,
case,
he comes into look. They paid. What did they pay Devin Williams? The Mets. They paid him $51 million for 3 years.
For 3 years.
And it started. And what did Ponce get? 3 years for $30 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone says, "Oh, you can't overpay for a closer." Well, we just seen it happen in front of our own eyes. So suddenly, if they take him Pete Walker, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but maybe I've been listening to too many people and watching what this guy has done in Korea. He could be a closer.
We'll see.
It's an interesting prospect, especially we got all these other starters. Because they say they're going to give Brandon Fisher a shot at the rotation in the spring. You know what I mean?
Not a bad problem to have.
No.
We'll leave it like that.
And Tiedemann's going to get a shot in the spring.
Yep. A name we've often brought up since we've started this podcast as well.
Is he going to come around, or is he going to be a couple other pitchers that we know over the years that were supposed to come along and never happened? But you're talking going into camp right now, 8 guys that could potentially start for the Blue Jays. Seriously. 8 guys, bro.
I know.
You know what I mean? And the old question is, I seen it back in the day. Dave Righetti was one of the best starters through a no-hitter. Yankees turned him into a freaking reliever. They went to the playoffs 3 years in a row. So there's something to be said to have that ultimate closer.
Sure.
But the psychology...
John Smoltz got turned into a closer for a few years.
Another guy, John Smoltz, that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be a bad idea for the Blue Jays to come up with something out of the box and pull this off, because what's been our big problem in the last couple of years?
Yeah, closing.
A definitive closer.
Yeah. So speaking of former Blue Jays pitchers, Alek Manoah signing a 1-year, $1.95 million deal with the Angels.
He just jumped into another clusterfuck, but I'm hoping him all the best. I heard a rumor about him this week that he was telling people how baseball wasn't the most important thing in his life. How's Manoah? I said, what?
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. You need some work-life balance.
Yeah, but when you're in a position where you're going to establish your career with millions of dollars on the line.
I agree. It sounds bad.
Yeah. You know what I mean? When you're doing a team because I loved Manoah. I absolutely loved the guy.
I know.
I'm hoping him all the length in the world, but there's some red flags with the guys.
I mean, I would just say be careful about taking things out of context. Like, who was that said to? Why was that said?
Yes. I just hoping him all the best, but it's not the best place to land. But he is from California. He grew up down pretty close to the stadium, I'm hearing. So good luck to Manoah.
All right. Anything else for baseball?
Nope, but we'll keep our eyes open next week for the winter meetings, and let's see what happens.
We'll see. Hopefully the Jays can finally sign back Bo Bichette. And we enter our closing segment of the show with trivia.
Oh,
provided by Steven.
You didn't. You glossed over the fact that I said Suzuki's the top Selkie guy.
What? When we said hockey?
Yeah, didn't you say that? You didn't bring up the kid from Anaheim.
When did we talk about Selke?
I'm just nothing. I just noticed it in my notes.
All right.
You heard it here first. I think that the number one candidate right now in the NHL for the Selke Trophy is Nick Suzuki.
Someone who's not even going to make Team Canada.
That's their problem.
All right, ready to go?
Yep.
When was the last time the F1 Drivers' Championship entered the final race of the season with 3 drivers all in contention to win, and which 3 drivers were involved?
1993. I'll say, was Aaron Senna around then?
Yeah, he was.
The guy that's in a coma.
Schumacher.
So it was Senna, Schumacher, and an Englishman. I'm just throwing this out there.
Okay.
I'm just throwing it out there. I have no idea.
My brother's throwing me off with 3 because I thought it was 2010, but I thought it was 4 that year that had a chance.
I should be saying that because it would be in his era. 1993 wasn't even born, was he?
Well, he can just look online for this stuff.
Oh, that's true. That's true. He's come up with some old school shit before.
I'm going to stick with 2010, so that would have been Vettel, Weber, Alonso. Oh, fuck.
Vettel, I think, is a good call.
Hamilton, maybe?
Perhaps. Vettel's a good call because I've heard he's kicked around close for a lot of years.
He won 4 in a row.
There you
with
go.
Red Bull.
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Okay.
2010, so Vettel, Alonso, Weber. Oh, so Hamilton did not. So, okay, I was right.
You're good. You're good. Know your shit. That's a good thing. We learned something
people were
every
saying
day.
this all over this week, so it was I had a little bit of help.
Okay, before we end the show, I heard an interesting thing that came up, and I want to, if anybody's out there, let me know, okay? In this day and age, I've decided to get back to reading. I was a voracious reader, but I read everything but books. But I'm picking up a book, because I just showed you I read a very good book called The Mansion on the Hill. Everybody go out and read it. It's going to be good. I've heard a couple other ones I'm going to read. You want to read nonfiction or you want to read fiction, whatever your case may be. I think reading is great. Where do you put listening to an audio book into your reading files?
How so?
That's fraudulent.
What do you mean?
You're driving down the road. You don't want to hear music, so you got a book going on.
Well, I wouldn't say I read a book if I listened to an audiobook.
Okay,
Put it that way.
that's okay. Just want.
I would say like I listened to a story.
Okay.
You know?
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure because I'm going. Listening to an audiobook is not reading.
No, it's not reading.
And reading works your mind.
Yes.
More than listening does in a weird way. They both have their whatever, but you know what I'm saying?
No disrespect to people that listen to audiobooks.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I heard they're pretty cool. You got some good guys that do it. I've been told that perhaps maybe, and you should too, we should think about putting our voices in for audiobooks.
Why not? I mean, there's ones now too, which are basically like audio dramas where they have different people reading.
Yes, they have that
the
too.
new Harry Potter ones there I know are like that with oh my
She
god,
can afford it.
with Hugh Laurie's like a voice in it too. Yeah.
But
Well, that's the publisher. That's not her.
well, whatever the case may be, she's a billionaire. But just wanted to throw that out there because my thing is, and I should be saying it more, God bless my son. There was a big thing on this week about they came out. One of the girls on TSN said she read 126 books last year, and she got trashed. So then she came back and said, I've only read 74 books this year. And people were saying, that's just about impossible. No, I don't believe that. My son one year read 85 books. So if you're a reader, you're a reader. You know what I mean?
No, I believe it.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there.
People can read fast. I'm not one of those people, but
I love to read. Anyways, I'm just putting it out there because for all the people that are Bluetooth's going into your brain, scrolling online, reading freaking bad AI, might be better for you to every once in a while read a book.
yeah, just listen to bad AI like Cruz.
I just, you know what, buddy? I'm honestly with you. If I'm an hour on social media in a day, I've spent a lot of time on social media. And part of the reason that I just got to go by is to get away from those slap fight atrocities that I laugh at because they're so ridiculous.
You ruined my day. I forgot that even existed.
Oh, good. Some of it's just you look, you go, oh, gee, humans, AI, whole world advancing to what? That? Stop it. But in any event, before we get too off, read more instead of, because all the shit, there's just too much shit going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a thing the other night where someone said something about, I just answered because I know he's a musician. I don't think he listens, but some people are so anti that when you even answer, you have to preface it with this. There's no constructive dialogue on this. It's everybody's a fucking madman. So
Sure.
if you're out there, you're just 3 degrees away from a troll.
Yep, pretty much.
Let's start reading and learn to love each other, people. Anything else for the show?
What's the event you're looking forward to the most this week? For me, it's that F1 race tomorrow morning. Come on. Leafs Habs tonight, too.
Oh, you better throw that in there because that's my two. That's
Yeah.
a priority of this too. However, I am looking forward to a...
And Raptors NBA Cup against the Knicks. I'll be watching that.
Oh, I will be watching it, but I'll be watching it anyway. I don't need no freaking fake commercial AI freaking generated cup to tell me I got to watch basketball
AI
games.
generation.
In any event, that's what we'll be looking for. But I'm going to give a little bit shout out to the college basketball thing next week because there's a couple huge games.
Go Blue.
Of course. Monsters in the game.
Anything else you want to add, sir?
No, thanks again for having putting together a great show. And once again,
you.
pay attention to the clips on the line. You're doing a great job.
My name's Andrew Milani.
Hi, my name is Cruz.
What do we do? We keep the vibe alive.
Do you have a question that's just burning you up inside? Send it to thehousethathappens@gmail.com and we'll answer it on the air. We release new episodes weekly on Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, and Boomplay. You can follow us and see clips of our show on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.